Brady, Fox News. In the first White House briefing since President Trump's first trip overseas, his spokesman stopped short of directly denying allegations about the president's son-in-law. Fox's Jared Halpern is live at the White House.
A lot of questions with few answers from White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer about reports the president's son-in-law and advisor, Jared Kushner, tried to establish a back channel with Russian officials late last year.
What your question assumes is a lot of facts that are not substantiated by anything but anonymous sources that are so far being leaked out.
Still, Spicer did reiterate remarks from Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly and National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, who both described back channels in general terms as appropriate diplomatic tools. Lisa.
Thanks, Jared. The U.S. military just firing an intercontinental ballistic missile as part of a test to shoot down the same kind of missile.
It's very difficult. We're talking about intercepting in space at hundreds of miles of altitude with closing velocities of thousands of miles per hour. It's hitting a bullet with a bullet.
Admiral James Searing is head of the U.S. Missile Defense Agency. The U.S. firing the Interceptor missile not long after setting up the ICBM, which is the same kind of missile North Korea is working on, trying to reach the U.S. mainland. Wall Street begins a short week with a loss. The Dow down 51 points at the closing bell. The Nasdaq and the S&P slipping from record highs, but a record day for some big names.
Amazon crossing that $1,000 mark. Some of the other names hitting all-time highs include Google, very close to $1,000, Microsoft, and McDonald's.
Fox Business Network's Nicole Petalides at the New York Stock Exchange. Amazon slipping back under 1,000. Fox News, fair and balanced.
For me, it was the big S-Class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SE was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone remembers the first time they saw one, and the day they began to long for a Mercedes-Benz of their own. Well, that day may be a lot closer than you think. With a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the luxury, the unparalleled safety, the performance, and the style Mercedes-Benz is famous for at a price you can afford. Beautiful SUVs, sedans, coupes, and convertibles that are factory certified and covered by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 3 years, so you can drive without a worry for as far as you like. And during the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
The police union in Cleveland is vowing to challenge the disciplinary actions announced today against 2 officers involved in the fatal shooting of a 12-year-old boy over 2 years ago. Tamir Rice was holding what turned out to be a pellet gun at the time. The officer who fired the fatal shot, Timothy Lohman, has been fired for an unrelated reason, a problem with his employment application.
There's no doubt in my mind that we will get Tim Lohman's job back. We're probably going to get a bunch of days back for Frank, too. You know, that's what the mayor wants, right? Well, I did my job. I fired him.
Union President Stephen Loomis, but the boy's mother says she's relieved Lohman was fired. The other officer, Frank Garmbach, received a 10-day suspension and is ordered to undergo additional tactical training. An Ohio mom is now charged with aggravated murder in the deaths of her 8-year-old daughter and 6-year-old son. Police say the 30-year-old told them she shot the children to save them from the world's evils. A benefit concert for bombing victims in Britain is now set for this Sunday in Manchester. The publicist for singer Ariana Grande, whose concert was targeted by a bomber less than 2 weeks ago, announced the date and said she will bring other high-profile performers, including Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and Coldplay. Fans of a famous astronaut can get some moon memorabilia.
Moonwalker Buzz Aldrin is going to auction off NASA memorabilia from his famous flight aboard Apollo 11, where he and Neil Armstrong became the first humans to walk on the moon. The auction will be part of a gala to be held at the Kennedy Space Center and will benefit education initiatives. Aldrin is now 87 years old, and the gala event will be held on July 15th. The day before the 48th anniversary of Apollo 11's launch.
Fox's Evan Brown and Lisa Brady. Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN Radio 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service, brought to you by Chief Bauer. Trust the heating and cooling experts at Chief Bauer Service Experts to help keep you comfortable all year long. Give them a call at 866-EXPERTS or visit online at chiefbauer.com. Beautiful weather at least for another day. Low of 53 tonight, 76 and sunny tomorrow, 52 the low, 78 and sunny on Thursday with a small chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. Other than that, low of 61, warming all the way up to 85 Friday and 82 on Saturday. Right now, 77 and beautiful. ESPN Radio.
And it's the Tay and J Show, ESPN Radio 93.5. Lante, Mike Carpenter, Carp, the do-it-all all-star, as you fill in when Jeremy and I are just deciding to play hooky and go watch golf, essentially.
Well, in fairness, Friday, I was able to, because you guys were up north.
That's right.
So it was the afternoon, and I had done a few sales calls, and I'm thinking, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Went home, I worked on my deck.
Well, look at you.
Yeah. So, I mean, you say playing hooky, and I guess a little bit later Friday afternoon, I was able to do the same.
You actually did.
But, no, so this morning, I'm following the Illini in their quarterfinal match.
Right.
Against USC. And Jeremy's tweeting out stuff. And, of course, so is Brad Repplinger from the Champagne Room. Craig Choate from WCIA3 was also up there. And Ryan Easterling, who I believe is up there, too.
I believe so.
And so I'm following this, and I'm thinking, well, wait a second. If Jeremy's up there, and especially if Illinois wins...
Right.
Would he travel all the way back down, or would he do the show remote? And I thought, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, no, and that was what confusing me, because the one thing that I have to say in our 7 years, nearly 7 years, we've always had good communication, and this isn't a rip on Jeremy. Just I thought he had already talked to you and said, hey, do the show for me. I'm gonna be up here in Chicago or in Sugar Grove. So, but we got it figured out.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it is, by the way, a short show.
Yes,
we have
it is.
Cardinals Dodgers tonight, so we're out of here at 5:10. And right now we have the Golf Channel on.
That's awesome, which is great.
We will be able to provide, to an extent, a bit of a running commentary as this goes along, with Illinois facing off against Oklahoma in the semifinals. And this is the 4th year out of 5.
Unreal.
That Illinois has been in the Final Four, if you want to call it that, for NCAA golf. And this time it is a bit of a home course advantage, at least with the fans.
Sure.
But it's a tough course.
It is a tough course. And it is a little bit of a home advantage as well, because Illinois has played here in this East Lake Cup, I believe is what it's called. So most of the Illini had seen this course. But, Carp, by the time they get to today, they have played this course now Thursday in a practice round, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now today.
And twice today
if you get this far. So I'm not sure how much of an advantage anymore it is about knowing the course, but certainly Illinois is a team that came into this tournament knowing this course as well as any team, and it showed as they played really well. And, of course, now they've gotten to the quarterfinals with a chance to make it to the finals. In that other bracket sits Oregon, who got hot yesterday. They got hot this morning, and that is the team, of course, that knocked Illinois off on their home course. That is actually their home course in Eugene last year, so that was kind of an unfair advantage. I know I led the parade of complaints about that's not fair. They shouldn't be able to do that. And now, of course, Illinois, not necessarily, I wouldn't say a similar situation. It's not like they're down here playing Stone Creek or playing U of I Orange Course, but it is in the home state. You definitely have the crowd there, and I've been able to get up there twice. I went Friday and then I went Sunday. And I think more than anything that strikes me, Carp, about having home or having the fans there is, as we talked about, it's a lot of golf. And by now you're starting to get worn down if you're these kids. I mean, you're talking 4 a.m. wake up calls to the course to warm up. You're teeing off at 7 o'clock in the morning. I know that everybody's like, ooh, boo hoo, right? But if you do that 5 or 6 straight days, that can wear you down. So to have the crowd there to kind of pump these guys up, I think that can be an advantage for Illinois, and hopefully they'll have a strong back nine today against Oklahoma.
It looks like Meyer, it's all square again. He almost holed a chip to keep it one hole advantage on this guy from Oklahoma. I can't pronounce his name. But regardless, that's a little bit of a tough break there for Illinois, because Meyer had a hole lead, and Fiegels, excuse me.
Michael Fiegels, the freshman.
Sorry, I'm mixing it up with another word entirely. Fiegels had a 2-hole lead. Now that's down to a 1-hole lead.
Yes.
Other than that, we have 3 Oklahoma guys that currently are up 1 hole. It is early enough. They're still in the front 9, approaching the turn here in a couple holes or so. So Illinois still in decent shape. And as we saw this morning, it was all about the back nine.
It was unbelievable.
The back nine on the front nine of this course, where Illinois made hay all weekend long. They did so again, and it looked about an hour and a half difference between Illinois fans being scared of being eliminated.
That's correct.
To winning it with two guys in the clubhouse, and then Hardy seals it, no problem. And then you can basically, at that point, if you've already clinched the match, do the other guys behind just stop playing?
No, I think that in this setting, I think they go ahead and finish.
They finish it.
Yeah,
okay.
For some reason. But I don't know that for sure, but we can ask Jeremy Warner, who's there today. We're going to visit with Jeremy about 3:30. And also Brad Replinger from TCR Podcast, The Champagne Room. I had a chance to actually visit with Brad on Sunday. I had a chance to walk around most of the match, actually, with him. Not match, but during the stroke play portion, and talk to Brad. He's a guy he's a good golfer. He knows golf. He's an ardent supporter of the Fighting Illini, so it'll be fun to talk with him, and we can ask him those questions. I thought it was interesting on Friday, and I guess that is the warning maybe we throw out to everybody listening today, that we are going to keep you updated as we go. So
no spoilers.
That's correct. So if you are DVRing this, and I'm sure you are anyway to go back and watch, but if you are, just pay attention and understand that we are going to be updating as we go along. This is big news. Illinois in the Final Four and a chance to get to the finals. But Friday, so Jeremy and I go up to the course with no plans of interviewing anybody. We just thought, let's show up. Let's kind of get an idea of what's going on. Lance Ringler from Golf Week was going to be there, so I told Jeremy, I said, I've already set up an interview with Lance. He said he'd come by and join us. Well, that day we get there and we get set up, and we run into Josh Whitman, and we just, in passing said, hey, Josh, we're here. If you want to come by and come on with us, we'd love to have you. And then Dan Hartleb ended up being there. Chris Thomas, the new volleyball coach, was there. We tried to set up an interview with a guy from the Golf Channel and actually had so many other interviews that we didn't end up using.
You had to bump him?
We had to bump him late.
No.
But we were running out of time, and I told him, it's Steve, and it's the guy that's providing a lot of the coverage today. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, look, I don't want to waste somebody as qualified as you in only 4 minutes of radio. So if you don't mind, let's try to get you later on, maybe after this thing ends. So he was cool with that, so we'll probably get a chance to get him on as we go. But that show then ended up being such a fun show.
It sounded like it.
It really was, and it was one of those situations where Jeremy and I went out, watched a couple holes, got back, started the show, and then the rains came. And it delayed all of the golf, which ended up helping us on our show because Josh Whitman came back in, Dan Hartleb came back in, Chris Thomas came back in, and we were able to get these guys. Otherwise, I think they would have been out, of course, Whitman for sure, out watching these guys play. So turned into a fun show. Illinois looked great in the stroke play, as they always do. And if you're still a little murky on how this works, essentially it's a 5-man match play. So your guy is matched up against a guy from Oklahoma. So let's say Eduardo Liparelli in this situation, he is matched up against Oklahoma. And in this situation, it's a guy by the name of Hale. So what they do is they go out and they play number one. If they both par, they're all square.
Yeah.
If on number two, Liparelli birdies and the other guy pars, then all of a sudden Liparelli is one up. And you do that until the end, of course, and that's how match play is. So it doesn't matter if Liparelli, it doesn't matter what he shoots today. He just has to be one hole better, essentially, in head-to-head play than his opponent. And then, of course, if you get 3, then you win it. If you win 3 of the matches out of 5, you win it. So where it comes in today to play, as opposed to the stroke play, in the sense that your 5th guy in stroke play, if he's blowing up and not doing well, you don't even have to use his score. Well, today
you can drop it.
You can drop it because you only use the 4 best scores in stroke play.
Okay.
Now that they're in match play, all 5 count. So you have to have 5 deep. And that's where a lot of times in the past, Mike, even the years that like Nick Hardy and Dylan Meyer were freshmen, that's where it was really an advantage for Illinois because they had even guys playing 4-5 that were quality golfers.
Yeah.
So today, that's where a lot of the pressure falls on a guy like Fiegels, who's a freshman, or a guy like Giovanni Todiato, who's a freshman, who came up huge.
Mike Small was with all morning.
Yes.
Following him around.
And I think that's always interesting to me. To me, that's one of the storylines is just watch who Mike Small follows. And while we were there Sunday, I had a great chance for about 4 holes. I walked around with Darren Meyer, who's Dylan's dad.
Okay.
And he and I and my son Lucas, we just chatted with him for 4 holes, and we talked a little bit about Dylan. And I've got a couple of neat stories with regards to that, if you will. One of the things Dylan had 4 times he changed clubs on a hole trying to figure out which to use on an approach, and he left it short, but he left it below the hole. And his dad was like, well, I don't think he wanted to leave it that short, but I know he wanted to be below the hole. Well, then he putts it past the hole. So now he's got a comebacker. And his dad kind of looked at me and he's like, well, we're going to talk about that one later. and I thought he was joking. You know, I'm like, oh, yeah. I said, you get on him pretty hard? And he said, you know what's funny? I don't. But he said, I do. When Dylan and I get done with a match and we finally get a moment of silence where we sit down together, we do harp on the negatives. He's like, I've got everybody else telling him positives. Somebody's got to be in his head about what do we do right? What did you do wrong here? How do you correct it? I thought that was pretty cool to hear that.
And for him, there's so many more positives than negatives when he gets out there.
Without a doubt.
He is a very unique. I think golf can be a tricky sport to try to find the personalities that you can relate to.
Yes.
You know, golf has its own kind of culture.
It does.
And if you aren't a part of it regularly, it might be a little bit difficult to be like, you know, I really relate to Rory McIlroy.
Right.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know. He looks
I think
cool.
I'm a 8th Scottish, maybe. That might, I don't know. Other than that, I have no reason to be. But with a guy like Dylan Meyer, because
well said.
Even the look. Mm-hmm. And if there's such a thing as a marketable college golfer, one that you can have fun with, one you can make a T-shirt for, Game Day Spirit. Are you listening?
Yes.
Where all of a sudden this entire weekend you've seen on Twitter that there's an emoji that people are using for Dylan Meyer.
It's with the glasses
and a bit of the buck teeth going on.
Right.
But you know, that's the signature look. I mean,
absolutely.
And you look at this, whether it be going a much more extreme example like the unibrow of an Anthony Davis, or Aaron Judge has the gap in his teeth.
Right.
Those sort of things, like, you know, that kind of visual component where all of a sudden you don't have an Illini golf mascot.
Yep.
There's been so many great players who have come through. That now it's cool to maybe see a guy like Meyer that, you know, fans who's a sophomore, right? Or junior?
No, he's a junior now.
He's a junior.
Yep.
And is there any going pro early, or he'd be back next year?
I think he would be back next year. Now, Lipparelli could be gone.
All right.
Lipparelli could be gone. It's so much harder to go pro in the United States because of the talent, because of the competition, whereas the guys on the European, they can go pro a little bit easier.
Okay.
Now, somebody that knows more about that would have to explain that, but there is a really, really good chance that Lipparelli will not be on this team next year. There's a chance. I mean, his Italian squad, I think they're going to host the Ryder Cup soon, and they are wanting to try to develop a kid from Italy to be on that team.
Wow.
And they've targeted him as one of those guys for the Ryder Cup. So Lipparelli is one of those kids that may not be around next year, and of course then that puts a little pressure, because if you look at this team this year, you've got 2 juniors in Meyer and Hardy, you've got the sophomore in Lipparelli, and then you've got 3 very talented freshmen. You've got Giovanni from Belgium, you've got, of course, Fiegels from Arizona, and you've got Bumgarten, who's not in this, from California. And it's one of those situations where all of a sudden, if you look at this team next year, and they advance to next year, then all of a sudden you've got 2 seniors, a talented junior, and 3 really good sophomores in that lineup. And you'd almost have to think Illinois would be coming into the season, would be ranked in the top 5 and have a legitimate shot at winning a national title. So that we talked a little bit about this team maybe being under the radar a little bit. But if you start thinking about Lipparelli might not be in here, you know, might not be here next year, then all of a sudden it puts a little more pressure on this year. But the other funny thing I was going to tell you, the other funny story about Dylan Meyer, and when I talked to his dad, he was talking about, and he was giving credit to Nick Hardy. When it comes to match play, and Carp, you said it best with regards to golf, and if you're not a tight golf fan or don't really watch it, the match play portion is so different than stroke play.
And it's actually, from a TV perspective,
it's so much better.
Very entertaining.
And that's why the Ryder Cup, to me, is the best thing you can have, because it is me against you, and the winner is giving their country a point. And that's huge. And there's only 15 of you going along. So in this one, there's only 5 per guy, right, per team. So Dylan Meyer has always struggled in match play. He's just never been very good at it. And I guess one time Nick Hardy told him, he's like, you realize you're the kind of guy I hate playing in match play. And, you know, Dylan was like, what are you talking about? And again, this came from Dylan's father.
Yeah.
And he's like, because you're the guy that hits it straight. You're always on the green in 2. You're always putting pressure on me to make the shot to beat you. Now, Dylan is not going to go out. He's not going to outdrive you. He's not going, you know, he can, once he's close, he can put, approaches close to the pin, and he's a good putter as well. But I think in his mind, he didn't think he was a very good match player. And when Nick Hardy told him that, his dad said that he just flipped the switch. He flipped the switch to say, you know what, I can be that pesky little gnat out on the course that just won't go away.
Right.
And I think that's what's key. And you saw it this morning with Dylan Meyer, who got down 3 and then battled back.
And speaking of Meyer,
and then he just drains this, right, to
take the hole.
To take it. He's up one up now on Oklahoma. So that's where Meyer, and not only that, Carp, but you said it too with regards to kind of the guy that plays to his strengths. And what I mean by that, he's a small, frail guy. He's got the huge visor, the glasses, and there's not one guy on this team that goes more fired up than he does.
Well, today he
loves it.
I think was it an eagle? He had an eagle today,
yes,
didn't he?
He did. And he was yelling like, let's go!
And like, it's funny because now that I'm 30, and, you know, the older you get, I think you start to compartmentalize these college athletes as kids.
Yes.
You know, I'm
do.
at that age now where these are kids.
Yes.
So I say that with no irony.
No.
And especially watching him, even visually, again, he looks like, I mean, to me, he kind of looks a little bit like Lucas.
Yeah.
If he had glasses
right.
and wore a visor. Maybe Lucas wears a visor when he golfs.
He doesn't.
But if he did, and if he had just glasses, no prescription, then he could go as Dylan Meyer for Halloween.
I agree.
And so there's this youthful kind of look to him, and you see him that I couldn't help. At first, I'm like, yeah, great, you know, way to hold that. And then you can't help but laugh a little bit.
Right.
Because it's fun.
Yes, it is.
And that's the thing that golf all too often you kind of forget about. And I kind of like this new, I don't even know how new it is, but this wave of younger golfers that you even see on the PGA Tour that do have a little bit more fun with it.
They do.
They have more
totally
personality.
do.
So, and I know Tiger kind of precipitated that, and we will talk, of course, about Tiger today as that story continues to unfold. But this is a fun team. Easy to root for team.
Yes.
Meyer is the focal point as far as the guy that you can kind of latch on to and really root hard for because he's just a likable kid.
He really is. And it's fun to watch these guys, and it's fun to watch them as they roll through this. Let's try to give you kind of an update as we go along here. I'm trying to get mine to refresh as we roll along. But again, Illinois battling Oklahoma in the quarterfinals with a chance to get to the in the semis with a chance to get to the finals. In the other match, it's Vanderbilt and Oregon. And again, Oregon, that's that old nemesis that knocked you out last year. I'd love more than anything to get a chance to face Oregon in the finals tomorrow. But, of course, Illinois has to get there before we can make that happen. So we're going to visit with Jeremy Warner at 3:30. He is at Rich Harvest Farms. He's been there all morning, followed that first match around when Illinois gets the win against USC. USC ranked either 1 or 2 in the country. So that was a nice little win for Illinois. And now, of course, facing Oklahoma. We'll talk to Jeremy, and then we'll talk with Brad Replinger from TCR Podcast. That's the Champagne Room. We'll do that at 4:05. We are off early, as you mentioned, at 5:10 today for Cardinals and Dodgers. Be nice to get the Cardinals rolling a little bit. They are really struggling. Some developments there, of course, with regards to Randall Gritchick getting sent to Class A Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Interesting there. So we'll watch that.
We'll get into that because that's a name that I never would have considered.
Right. It's interesting. And then, of course, they bring up Paul DeYoung. And for our Illinois State fans out there, he's a kid that played baseball at Illinois State, and he was a draft pick a couple of years ago, and already making his major league debut. He homered in his debut, and then yesterday in his first game at Busch Stadium, he has 2 hits. So a cool story there if you're a Redbird fan, and of course a Cardinals fan, to follow Paul DeYoung and see how long he stays up with the team and how he does. You can always weigh in with us. You can find us and call us and text us on the Chief Bauer text line 359-2255. Same number for the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line, 217-359-2255. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Tay and J Show.
You can always, did we do the Twitter thing?
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, you can tweet. I'm at Lon Tay, ESPNCU.
Yeah, and I'm at Fanboy Car.
Got it.
Jeremy is at J Warner Scout. A good follow as this golf round unfolds. And also TCR Brad.
Yeah, at TCR Brad.
We're going to be talking with Brad Replinger in the 4 o'clock hour as the semifinals continue up at, what's the name of this golf course?
It is called Rich Harvest Farms.
Rich Harvest Farms.
And it's in Sugar Grove, Illinois, which is, if you're considering going tomorrow, if Illinois would make it, it's straight up 47 out of Muhammad.
Okay.
You go right up 47. You go through every small town in America, Gibson City, Strawn, Forest, Sibley, and then you get
Sibley with the railroad tracks.
That's
in the
right.
outfield.
Did you see that?
I did.
I had to take a picture of that, baby. And then you get to Yorkville, who is starting to become a suburb. You go through Dwight, you get to Yorkville, and then just punch in Rich Harvest Farms, and it'll take you right to the course. It's really about an easy 2 hour and 15-minute drive. Not bad at all.
All right, excellent. We will have a score update coming up after this. You can always download our podcast, of course, ESPNCU.com, or you can subscribe to them on your Apple device, whatever you may be listening to with podcasts, brought to you, of course, by GTPS Insurance. We have a full house today.
Yes, we do.
Did
you write down the names?
Let me see if I can get all of them.
Okay.
We have Jacob Diaz.
Okay. This is his first day, isn't it?
It is.
All right.
We have David Morrow.
Got it.
Nathan DeHaan.
Okay.
Harry Black.
Wow.
And our producer, Austin Berglund.
There's 5 guys in there?
5 dudes in the call screen studio.
We have 7. We have 7 strong now. What sport is that? I mean, volleyball 6, hockey
Australian
6.
rules football.
Maybe we can do a little Australian rules football.
If we do a draft today, it would take a long time. I see you guys do your Tom Cruise movies on Friday.
Yeah, we did.
I'm surprised you don't have Collateral in there.
What was your number one?
Mine
Cruise?
would actually be. I would be hard-pressed not to put Collateral number 1.
Really?
I really like that movie.
Okay.
A Few Good Men's good, not my top 3, though.
Got it.
Top Gun would not be my top 3.
Wow.
Not a big fan of that movie.
Okay.
Jerry Maguire, Collateral, and an off-the-beaten path one called Magnolia.
Okay.
He's really, really good in that.
Tom Cruise, just so good. It's hard to pick a favorite.
He really does have a lot of terrific movies.
He's a great actor.
Edge of Tomorrow and Minority Report, good choices as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a break, though. Austin's going to come back with an update. We'll get the scores for you as well for Illinois against Oklahoma. And then Jeremy Werner, live from Rich Harvest Farms, and the Illini, of course, in the semifinals of the NCAA Men's Golf Championship.
It is all on his shoulders to get us to the finals. I told him that. It's all on your shoulders, kid. Bring it home, Jeremy. We'll talk to him next. It is the Tay and J Show.
Mosquitoes can be a nuisance, and after a mild winter like we had, they're even worse. Let Prairie Landscaping get rid of those pesky mosquitoes so you can enjoy the summer outdoors without bugs getting in the way. And since it's Prairie Landscaping's 25th year in business, they're celebrating by offering up to 25% off their mosquito program. Email mypvdiscount@gmail.com for a free quote. mypvdiscount@gmail.com. And if you sign up by May 31st, you can win 2 free mosquito control applications out of 4. Prairie View Landscaping, mypvdiscount@gmail.com.
DP Dough is the original calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original calzone company.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com. Tuesdays can't get any respect. Every week it's like, I can't believe it's only Tuesday. No one ever asks, how was your Tuesday? But now there is something exciting about Tuesday. The Tune-Up Tuesday sale at Cheap Bauer Service Experts. Get an extra $10 off our lowest sale price on an AC Precision tune-up. That means you'll get a $120 tune-up for only $59 when you book online today at cheapbauer.com. The Tune-Up Tuesday sale at Cheap Bauer Service Experts. Take that, Saturday.
Protect your future with AA Marshall Home Inspection Services. Buyer's inspection with a buyback guarantee and seller's inspection. No surprises before closing. Owned by me, Aaron Allenbaugh, and my wife Kim, and serving all of East Central Illinois. Get more details and schedule your inspection today at aamarshall.net.
You want what's best for your family, and what's better than a home equity loan or line of credit with no closing costs? Apply for a home equity loan or line at First Financial Bank before June 3rd, and you'll pay no closing costs. Remodel the house, get a pool for the kids, buy a new car, take a vacation. Whatever your family needs, your home's equity can make it happen, and First Financial makes it affordable. What could be better than that? Offer subject to credit approval. Property insurance required. Valid on applications before June 3rd. Other restrictions may apply. See first-online.com/equity for details. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Our Stevie J Broadcasting Law Enforcement Official of the Month is Dan Ward, Senior Patrol Officer for the Champaign Police Department. You've just got a good read on people. You can sense the perceptive nature you have, Dan.
Well, thank you very much.
You love what you do.
I do. do. It's great. It is.
It's so fun to wake up and like what you do.
Yes.
And your family's all supportive? And
of course, yeah. My wife, Bobby, she's great. When I take off in the middle of the night for some big call, great, love you. Call me when you're done.
Right.
So
be careful. Is she apprehensive at all?
Sure. And I think she, like you, is very defensive.
Yeah.
I'll come home and I'll tell her a story and she'll get mad. And I'm like, honey, I'm not mad. And she'll get mad. So it's nice.
Okay, good. Okay, so my ranting and raving is okay? I mean, the police roll their eyes at me. I mean, you guys tired of me?
Never. Okay. Never.
I'm going to do it till I'm done doing it. So
sounds good.
Dan, I really appreciate you and appreciate all that you do for Champaign Police.
Thank you very much.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
Experience what makes Eastland Suites the best, like unique accommodations for guests who need extended stays, full kitchens, patio and balcony access, and grills in the courtyard for cookouts. Extended stay guests also love the free Wi-Fi, fitness center, and complimentary hot buffet breakfast. And Tanya, don't forget about the full-service lobby bar, large swimming pool, and the free shuttle, and the...
Experience the best. Experience Eastland Suites. Book online at eastlandsuitesurbana.com.
The Snyder Company.
Hello, I'm Austin Berkland with your 3:30 Sports Center update brought to you by Prairie View Landscaping. Email mypvdiscount@gmail.com for a free quote and get 25% off their mosquito program. That's mypvdiscount@gmail.com. Illini Golf is in their fourth NCAA golf semifinals. They defeated USC with two golfers still on the course when Nick Hardy nailed the putt on the ninth hole to put the Trojans away. They are playing Oklahoma right now, and the scores are Lipperelli is trailing Hale down 2. And my internet just went out, so the scores right now are a problem to get.
I'll work this with you, Austin.
Okay, thank you, Lon.
Oh, Lon, are you going to interject here?
Yes,
we do have
you've
scores.
Got yours. So I've got Lipperelli is down 2 through 9. Giovanni down 1 through 8. Fiegel's all square through 7. Hardy down 1 through 7, and Meyer up 1, and he's in the middle of a green and a good shot here to go 2 up. So right now you're trailing in 3 of the matches, winning 1, and all square in another.
All right, thank you, Lon, for that help. The Chicago Bears have released quarterback Connor Shaw. Shaw broke his leg most of last year. The Cubs are on a 5-game skid at the moment, and the problem now is getting runners in scoring position home. The Cubs rank second to last as runners on per inning with 3.76. The Cubs take on the Padres again after falling on Memorial Day 5-2. The pitching matchup for tonight is Butler versus Lamet. Here's the game on US 105.9 at 9:10 p.m. Late one. The Cardinals have lost 5 out of their last 7, and they play the Dodgers tonight from Busch Stadium.
Man, the Cardinals and Cubs are stinky.
Yeah, they are.
Really
bullpen versus runners in scoring position. That's the whole
exactly.
problem. It's Maeda versus Waka. White Sox, interesting pitching matchup. It's Chris Sale taking on Jose Quintana. That's an odd one. And then Pittsburgh Penguins, they weren't catfished at home last night when they beat the Nashville Predators 5-3.
Nifty. Thank you, Austin. Going to get Jeremy Warner on the line, but I want to tell you about where you can find Mickey Mouse, a beautiful castle, and see countries from around the world. You know what I'm talking about.
Where?
Disney World. Disney World, of course.
Right, Disney World.
That's where, and ESPN 93.5, we're going to send you and your family for free, but you got to win something. You'll be heading to Florida on an all-expense-paid Disney World trip. Starting Saturday, May 19th through August, you can register weekly, and I'm going to give you all of the spots you can register. The Travel by Beth offices in St. Joe, Jets Pizza with 2 locations in Champaign, CarX on Neal University and Bradley, the Suites at 3rd Leasing office located at the Tower at the 3rd, Country Financial, Agent Jesse DeHaan's office, and the Prospect Bank in Champaign, Homer, and Gilman. Also, all participating McDonald's restaurants and the Champaign Park District. Register at Douglas Community Center. You can register at the Virginia Theater and Leonard Rec Center. You can get more details on our giveaway. Do that by logging into ESPNCU.com. It is the Tay and J Show. Lante and Mike Carpenter. And Mike, we have a challenge ahead. That's keeping everybody up to speed on Illinois golf as they battle Oklahoma now in the semifinals with a chance to get to the finals where they will face either Baylor or Vanderbilt. Not Baylor. Oregon, sorry.
Another green and yellow
or
team.
Vanderbilt.
No worries.
And that would be tomorrow, I believe, around 2 o'clock. So we'll keep you updated. And it is funny because we talked a little bit about their match this morning against USC, and there for a while it didn't look good. And all of a sudden, it's just like anything. All of a sudden, it can swing
very quickly.
The momentum can swing in a hurry and things like this, especially with match play. So right now, we're going to head back up to Sugar Grove, Illinois, Rich Harvest Farms. Jeremy Warner from the Tay and J Show, and of course, the IlliniInquirer.com joining us now. Jeremy, how are you, my friend?
Good, boys. Hopefully you can hear me, but I'm just watching Dylan Meyer on 7, and Illinois got some work to do. They got another comeback. They have to come back from this thing. They're down 3-1-1 at the turn of this thing, so they're going to have to make another comeback, but they've made a habit of it all tournament.
They really have, Jeremy, and wouldn't it be nice to just get out on top? Maybe if they make the finals tomorrow, they'll jump out early. How about that?
Yeah, they got some work cut out for them, though. But they're all close, and that's the key. Illinois seems to have a mental edge on most of these teams, but just getting out here and actually watching these guys, being able to see their emotion on the court, a lot of it just stoic. And to see Mike Small working with Tadioto through those final couple holes earlier this morning and help him get a couple pars. But, match play is so interesting, Ron, like you were talking about. You could have a terrible hole and still end up winning it if the guy next to you has a terrible hole. And if you have a terrible hole on one, doesn't matter for the next hole. So that's what makes it really, really fun and really unpredictable.
Jeremy, what do you think was the turning point this morning?
I think, Mike Small talked about it a little bit. I think Lipparelli getting a birdie on 17 and kind of hanging on to that lead and turning it around. But I tell you what, Illinois kind of swept the thing, but it wasn't that close.
Right.
But everybody came back. Meyer coming back and putting some pressure on USC. Then you had Fiegels, who was down 4, coming back to get that thing as well. So I thought that was huge. And then Tadioto kind of let his opponent beat him a little bit. His opponent really took some bad shots. It seemed like USC just wasn't prepared for the moment. Meanwhile, Tadioto just gets a couple pars and takes the lead and closes that one out. And then, Hardy didn't make a big putt on 18, but his guy didn't either. So he was able to square it up and win the thing. So Illinois just didn't make mistakes and let USC kind of tumble on themselves.
Without a doubt. Meyer, of course, just went 2 up. Oklahoma just had a shot close to the pin, and now Nick Hardy will try to match that here as they're on number 8. I know this is hard for you, Jeremy, because you're following Meyer, and of course we're watching this on TV, getting a better glimpse of the entire field while you've got a better glimpse of Meyer. I wanted to bring up what I thought was interesting, and you even mentioned it, the fact that Mike Small followed Giovanni around this morning. I always find that interesting when we're at matches to see who Mike Small follows and to see what he does. But he is certainly, for a guy like Fiegels or Giovanni, he's certainly such a calming source for those golfers, isn't he?
Yeah, and he was working between Fiegels and Giovanni. I think that's basically what they like to do. He likes to put out Lipparelli early because he doesn't got to worry about Lipparelli. Lipparelli's playing the best golf of his career before he goes pro, so that's kind of like a Darren Williams moment a little bit. He's playing so well that, okay, go pro, but he's playing really well, so they like to get him out there. And then I think Small likes to stack Tadioto and Fiegels so they can kind of go back and forth with those guys depending on when they need them. So, yeah, he's a big calming influence, and both those guys have had some struggles, but both those guys have come up with some big shots. And he loves to put Meyer last because Meyer loves the pressure. He loves the spotlight. And he plays best, it seems like, when the pressure is on. And then having Hardy, backing him up, basically got 2 closers at the back of that. Kind of like the Yankees bullpen card with Chapman and Batanzas.
When healthy.
Kind of have that going for him.
Yeah, when healthy. I was watching this morning, and it was right as Nick Hardy wrapped it up, and Coach Small got there just in time to see it, but he didn't say anything to him. He just let Hardy kind of close out that hole and the match for Illinois. And you mentioned the words calming influence, and I think that kind of speaks to it. The fact that, if I were playing and all of a sudden Coach comes up, I'm like, oh, God, he's here.
Oh, boy.
What do I do? So have you been able to get a pretty good insight into the sort of personal interactions between the coach, Coach Small, and all 5 of these guys this weekend so far?
Yeah, I think Lon would tell you, you can see him, you can kind of see the interaction. And it's all calm for the most part. When they do something well, he'll give an attaboy, that kind of thing, and pump them up a little bit or tell them what they did wrong. But it's not, you can't hear everything they're saying, and it's not that demonstrative. And I think, what makes Mike Small interesting is, and we were talking about this with some other guys covering this, the best players in the world at their sports usually don't turn into great coaches. I think Mike's struggles as an individual player himself allowed him to learn how to deal with adversity, learned him how to deal with, some personal shortcomings, and really this entire 4 decades he's been involved with collegiate or professional golf, has really just taught him what to say, when to say it, how each player needs different kind of prodding a little bit. And I think Tadioto is kind of a calm player himself. I don't think he needs much, but I think Michael Fiegels every once in a while needs to be propped up a little bit and given a little bit of confidence boost. And it seems like Mike's been able to obviously get the most out of all these players. Hardy and Meyer among the top 20 in the country, and then Lipparelli's all of a sudden turned into what looks like a top 50 player right now. So year after year, I mean, that's what makes Mike Small really special. And seeing it up close is pretty cool that you can see just, it's not some demonstrative thing. It's just little things he says here and there, but they really seem to calm his players.
Without a doubt, Jeremy Warner joining us live from Sugar Grove, Illinois, Rich Harvest Farms. Of course, co-host of the Tay and J Show, also IlliniInquirer.com. You want to follow him on Twitter. We're slowing his Twitter game down just a little bit, but you can follow him at J Warner Scout. You look at this board now, Jeremy, you got Lipparelli down 3 through 10. That will be tough to catch up. And, of course, Giovanni down 2 through 9. So if you want to kind of look at that, Jeremy, and even this is how my mindset is. Okay, if those two are two matches that'll be tough to come by, it's going to come down to that final 3. And right now, Fiegels is all square. You've got Hardy is down 1 through 7, but I've got all the confidence in the world in him. And, of course, Dylan Meyer now 2 up. Let me focus in on Fiegels, a freshman. The one thing that you and I noticed, Jeremy, I think with him, he's kind of an up-and-down kid to where he can really rally strong and get 2-3 great holes, and he showed that this morning when he was down 4, came back and tied it up. But how do you feel like he'll do down the pressure or down the stretcher? Because his might turn into maybe one of the biggest matches of this 5 for Illinois.
Yeah, I counted him out earlier this morning. I'm like, Fiegels is gone.
Right.
Kind of like, we said with Lipparelli. You never know with this match play. But, yeah, I mean, one of those guys is going to have to come up big. Tadioto did it this morning. Fiegels was making a comeback, so maybe he even would have done it. Keelan, watching him, I feel like he's going to be the best golfer at Illinois at some point in his career. I mean, he is really talented, and he was great this season, most of the spring, until they got the postseason. So I think, the Arizona kid needs the adversity part of it, the mental part of it, but at times he can beat anybody. I mean, when you go hole to hole, he can beat anybody. He's got that kind of talent. He's a long kid, can drive it. So I think, if he can play his best golf, I mean, when he's on top of his game, he's kind of like Hardy was as a freshman. So that'll be interesting to watch because I do think he's going to be really, really special. A top 20 recruit coming in, had a great spring until he got to the postseason. Then during stroke play, had a great round 1 and round 4, and ended up having a really good round in the quarterfinals. So I think the sky's the limit for him. But, when you have a couple freshmen on your team, you're going to need one of them to step up and mature really quickly. And Tadioto did it earlier this morning. Fiegels did towards the end of his round. They're going to need those guys to come up big. And the back 9, the real back 9, holes 10 through 18, Illinois has really struggled on those this week. So that's kind of the discouraging part is they've made up a lot of ground on 1 through 9 this morning, which was the back 9 for that since they started on hole 10. But those holes, these holes 10 through 18, they've really struggled on this week.
Yeah, I agree. And, of course, yesterday, the one thing against that is that they really rallied on 17 and 18, went 3 under on those final 2 holes.
Really close strong. I mean, that's the thing about this team is they find a way to close strong. I'll have to do it again today. I'm going
to assume, because I can hear from your cell phone, that it's still windy at Rich Harvest Farms. I mean, is it basically wind kind of the major foe today?
I was told it's probably half of what it was yesterday, which was pretty windy, right, Lon? And
yes.
Then, it can gust, though. I mean, at certain points, you have players kind of pausing, stopping, regrouping themselves because you get a big wind gust. But then you can kind of second-guess yourself, get out of your rhythm. So, yeah, it's a player. It's definitely a player here. And with Illinois playing where they play, it obviously is probably an advantage for them.
Sure.
But it's been gusty. I wouldn't say it's constantly windy, but at certain points, certain holes, it gets pretty gusty.
What impact have the fans had? I know that we don't often associate golf with, hey, right. It was a great home crowd today, but, is it more of just kind of a mental, a little extra push, especially if Illinois finds himself in a hole like they did this morning?
Well, and I heard yesterday it was nuts, but
yeah.
This is, for a Tuesday afternoon, this is pretty crazy. All the orange and blue that are here towards the end of the first round of the quarterfinals. I mean, everybody's swarming around Nick Hardy, and it looks like, a a pro event with all the fans that are here. But I would say 70% of the people here are orange and blue, and that's probably very conservative. I think it's a big factor, Carp. I think, they've been propping this team up. Every shot that they, they're not booing anybody. They cheer good shots from other teams, but every good shot that Illinois makes, there's clapping, there's, attaboys, there's, wooing, there's all that stuff. And, they're giving nods to the crowd a lot of times. So I think it's really helping those guys. I don't know if it's lifting them over people, but I do think it keeps them up when they're struggling.
All right, last question from me. What are your plans here on this back nine? Oh, now we got Nick Hardy down 2. We've got Dylan Meyer up 2. Which one are you going to follow? What are you going to look at going down the stretch?
I was thinking about following Fiegel, the young kid, see how he kind of responds to this. I might have to leave a little early for dad duty tonight. But, Fiegel is kind of the kid I really want to see how he kind of responds, like we were talking about. How does he respond to that adversity? And, Illinois is probably going to need a point from him, so I'm really interested to see that.
Jeremy Warner, good stuff, buddy. Appreciate the input, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, boys. See you.
All right, Jeremy Warner, Tay and J Show co-host, of course, IlliniInquirer.com. Follow him on Twitter, @JWarnerScout. He is updating you and tweeting pretty much every hole. As mentioned, Nick Hardy has fallen behind now, 2 down through 8. He missed a par putt. His foe put it in. It was a bad loss there on that hole for Nick Hardy. Of course, Dylan Meyer up 2. Fiegel's all square. But you look at those first 2, and it doesn't look good. Hale with 3 up now on Liparelli as they get ready to face that back 9. And Jeremy alluded to it, Carp. That back 9 has not been a favorite of Illinois, and it is a tricky back 9. Maybe they today decide to use it as their friend and take over against Oklahoma. It'll be fun to watch this final 9.
You look at Tadioto, Fiegels, Hardy, Meyer, because Liparelli, as good as he is.
Yes.
3 down through 10.
That's tough.
To make up that ground in I guess that would only be 8 more holes.
Right.
Is tough sledding. It's hard to envision that happening.
It is.
Tadioto, 2. Okay, that's manageable, and it's only through 9, so he's got a whole back half to go. Fiegel's all square through 8. That is the wild card, and that's one where you're getting to the point where you kind of need him to win.
You do.
And I feel good this early on still about Hardy.
I agree.
So Fiegel's, do your thing. Tadioto, Hardy, one of you guys come back, and granted they can. They're only down 2.
Yep.
And Liparelli, it's not outside the realm of possibility. He was down 4.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
This could happen.
He's a guy that can battle back. This team, it'll be interesting. And again, it's that sinking feeling you get watching match play. You can either get really excited because all of a sudden you look up and it's all orange, or you can look at it and it's all this maroon with Oklahoma sitting there going, oh no. But a lot can change in a couple of holes, and hopefully Illinois can get that done. We're going to keep you up to speed on all of this as we roll along. Again, at 4:05, we'll go back to Sugar Grove. We're going to visit with Brad Replinger, TCR podcast. He has been there the entire time, and I'm anxious to talk to him about his experience there watching the NCAA Finals. What a cool thing. The NCAA Finals being 2 hours away, essentially 2.5 hours away. I hope a lot of Illini fans took advantage of that from around here. I know there have been a lot of Illini fans up there. So it's one of those deals where you don't get that chance very often to see your team in the finals, or even just see a finals in general, but to have your team in it is really a cool thing. So hopefully that's something you took advantage of. If you want to weigh in, you can. 359-2255. That's 217-359-2255. Carp and I'll wrap up hour 1 after this. It is the Tay and J Show.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. For a limited time, Lands is offering special financing for 6 years or up to $1,000 trade-in allowance. Your choice, with approved credit on any qualifying train system. So call Lands at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR for details, or find us online at landsinc.com. And remember, it's hard to stop a train. I'm Troy Lands. You can count on my company because you can count on me.
See Lands or visit train.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions.
Going on 5 years, Rock's Place in St. Joseph has become the neighborhood sports bar and grill for a lot of folks in the area. Rock's Place is known for their delicious burgers, and they also have great daily food and drink specials. Plus, Rock's has plenty of TVs, so you can keep tabs on the Cubs and Cardinals all summer long. And while you're there, press your luck on one of Melody Music's video gaming machines. For delicious food, cold drinks, and good company, make it Rock's Place, 101 North Main Street in St. Joseph. Find them on Facebook, ROCHS in St. Joseph.
When you're heading home, Tay and Jay are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
You already know Houlihan's Restaurant and Bar at the iHotel is a great restaurant, but don't forget about the bar. Fantastic drink specials and mouth-watering menu items from snacks to full meals, a nice selection of draft, craft, and domestic beers, and just about any cocktail you can imagine. Watch a game with multiple flat screens on all sides of the bar, or grab some tables and make it a party. Drink specials daily, plus Houlihan's is now serving a delicious hot breakfast 7 days a week. Houlihan's at the iHotel. Check them out at the corner of 1st Street and St. Mary's Road, just south of the State Farm Center.
Winning can be fun, and we love giving away free stuff, but we want to make sure it's fair for everyone. So here are the rules when competing to win on ESPN 93.5. No purchase necessary. Prize must be collected within 30 days during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 2702 Boulder in Urbana. ESPN Radio assumes no liability due to circumstances beyond our control, and any prize may be substituted with a prize of equal or greater value. Winners are liable for any taxes, tips, or other miscellaneous charges associated with the prize. All contestants must have a valid ID and social security number. Our judges' decisions are final and reserve the right to end any contest at any time for any reason without notice. In the event that a contestant is found to be ineligible for a prize, said prize will not be awarded. And if you win, we reserve the right to use your likeness or voice on the radio or online, and any winners must wait 30 days to win again. Get a complete list of rules and more information on any contest on ESPN Radio at ESPNCU.com. Those are the rules, and good luck from ESPN 93.5.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are things Country Financial stands for. More than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. Neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of our community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. Chat with your neighbor at Country Financial. Jesse DeHaan. Call 352-3466. Talk about things that are important to you and how Country Financial can help protect them.
Yeah, windy day out, solid day out here on Windsor Avenue. It is the Tay and J Show. Lonte, Jeremy Warner. We're talking all about the NCAA golf. Semifinal matches right now between Illinois and Oklahoma. Oklahoma has the advantage through the front nine. Hopefully Illinois can turn that around on the back nine.
We have a YouTube stream.
Yes, we
do.
And
there's a delay.
Okay.
I'm looking at it and seeing what all of us were doing about 90 seconds ago.
Yes.
So you just see everyone's faces out the window. Well, now it's gone. Now it's just the two of us.
Well, we were watching a couple squirrels out there playing, and rabbit ran by, and all sorts of stuff.
We have a YouTube stream.
Yes, we do.
And we also have this really cool thing going with Game Day Spirit.
Yeah.
It is the Game Day Spirit Wheel of Games. We usually do this around 5:20 after drive time, but it's a shortened show. So what we're going to do now is our YouTube stream. Just go search Tay and J Show on YouTube. You'll find us live. A little bit of a delay.
Okay.
At the same time, we have today's prize. It is located in the studio.
Really?
We call this game Find the Prize in the Studio.
Okay.
Right. So for this round of Find the Prize in the Studio, look at our YouTube stream and see if you can locate Cletus the Robot.
Cletus the Robot.
You know, from Fox?
Yes.
From Fox Football. He does, he spikes the football.
I did not know that was his name, Cletus.
Cletus the Robot is in the studio.
Okay.
The question is where?
Okay.
So text in 359-2255. That's 359-2255. And as far as the location goes, you can text in what Cletus is next to.
Okay.
It is an orange and blue Cletus the Robot that is standing somewhere in the studio.
Just
text 359-2255 about Cletus's location, and you will win Cletus.
Okay. I like this idea. I like this game. It's funny, Cletus is his name. You know this, Carp, because you've known me a long time now. My name is Lon C. Tay. I do not have a middle name.
Right.
So you can imagine growing up, I had a lot of C names. People gave me certain names, some clean that I can say on the air, some not. But one guy always called me Cletus, and I always wondered why. I'm like, really? Cletus?
For Simpsons fans, there's a side character, Cletus the slack-jawed yokel.
Well, and this would have been way before Simpsons.
Okay.
So I don't know. He was ahead of his time, I guess.
I suppose so. No,
Maybe
Cletus is a good, strong name. So this is, of course, Game Day Spirit, the Wheel of Games, and this one, Find the Prize in the Studio, which will kind of be alternating games as we go along. Sometimes we have trivia. One of these things is not like the other is a game that we'll throw out a little bit later as well. And this will be going at least through June.
Okay.
Maybe even longer. And Game Day Spirit, by the way, really good friends of the show.
They're awesome.
When I had said in the first segment about Dylan Meyer, how marketable that is, even got the emoji, I said Game Day Spirit, if you're listening. And sure enough, they tweeted, "We're always listening," with the Dylan Meyer emoji. So we appreciate that. And I believe we already have a winner for Cletus the Robot.
Okay, that's awesome. I've got to get to Game Day Spirit soon. I always try to update my Illinois gear before football starts. So sometime in the summer, I try to get up there and get that done. I'll be doing that soon, for sure. All right. Some other news is Illinois now, by the way, down in 4 of the matches. Liparelli and Tadiotto, they're both down 3. And Fiegels is now down 1 through 9.
Oh, boy.
Nick Hardy down 2 through 8. He just hit on the green in his second shot, but he's got a long putt for birdie. It'd have to be a magical putt, and maybe that's what Illinois needs. And then Dylan Meyer doing his job 2 up through 8. But right now, Illinois trailing 4-1 in the match against Oklahoma. In the other match, Oregon, a 3-2 advantage over Vandy, the number 1 seed now in this tournament. So we'll keep you updated on that. Tiger Woods, I know a lot of you heard, was arrested for a DUI. They showed the mugshot. He looked awful. Then today I thought I saw, and I didn't get a chance to read this, Carp, but that there was no alcohol in his system.
0.00%. He blew twice in the breathalyzer. So this is a cocktail of prescriptions.
Okay.
And this is an epidemic in this country, not just athletes, but especially athletes that have injuries.
Sure.
You get prescribed opiates. It is incredibly easy to become addicted to it. And this might be one of those cases.
Okay.
Purely speculative, but this is something that put him asleep in his car.
With the blinker on in the right-hand turn lane, right. And his foot on the brake.
They had to wake him up.
Okay.
Took a little bit of effort.
Okay.
He couldn't walk a straight line to save his life. And they were thinking, well, he's got no alcohol in his system, so I'm sure there's a toxicology report coming. Regardless, it's sad. I mean, whether he was drunk or whether it was these pills that did what they did to him, it is a story that, even with as low as Tiger had gotten, there's still something jarring about seeing an icon like that. The most marketable athlete since Michael Jordan, and that includes LeBron James.
That's
a good call. There with him.
Good call.
To be not just irrelevant, but to have had something like this happen where you look so small.
It's too bad.
It is.
It's too bad. And it's too bad for, for athletes, but this is what happens. But you're going to have this sprayed all over the country on TVs everywhere. So there's no room to hide for a guy like Tiger Woods. But certainly we hope everything works out for that. And who knows? Who knows what they'll end up finding out and figuring out. I know he's a guy that's had so many injuries. And I just read something the other day that he really made it seem like he was back.
He was ready to come back.
Feeling good. And now all of a sudden this happens. So we'll kind of keep you up to speed on that as we go along with regards to Tiger Woods. All right, next hour we'll keep you updated and keep you rolling on Illinois golf. It does not look good right now at 3:57 on this Tuesday, but maybe Illinois can fire back on the back nine. Let's hope they do. We'll visit with Brad Replinger, the Champagne Room podcast. Maybe he'll be the key to turning this thing around. We'll do it next. It is the Tay and J Show.
Hanson's Auto Repair in Urbana is a family-owned and operated full-service garage. For over 40 years, they've offered friendly atmosphere, quality work, and reasonable prices. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, or engine replacement, Hanson's Auto does it all. They're a locally owned dealer who cares, providing fast, comprehensive, and expert service. Family-owned, operated, and trusted since 1966, Hanson's Auto Repair, 1202 East Washington in Urbana. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Visit them online at hansonsautorepair.com.
Life is full of twists and turns. You can't see the unknown, but you can certainly prepare for it. Pekin Life Insurance Company offers a variety of term and whole life insurance policies that are designed to meet the needs of individuals and their families. Options include transitional life, universal life, preferred whole life, family term life, and many others. Visit PekinInsurance.com or ask your local Pekin Insurance agent about an affordable, beyond the expected life insurance policy that's right for you.
The Urbana Business Association is excited to present the 4th annual Uncork Urbana Wine Festival on Saturday, June 10th. This year's festival is jam-packed with live local entertainment, wine basket raffles, amazing food trucks, and will feature Market at the Square's live cooking demonstrations from CU's finest chefs. And not to mention, we will have amazing Illinois wineries showcasing their remarkable wine. Grab your lawn chairs and blankets and join us at the beautiful Meadowbrook Park. For more information and to purchase tickets, make your way to the UBA or visit urbanabusiness.com.
The official fan store of the Fighting Illini is moving. Game Day Spirit, currently located at 1422 South Neal Street, is moving to the corner of Neal and Kirby in Champaign this July. In the meantime, they're preparing for the lowest prices of the season to be available during their moving sale in June. Stay tuned for more information and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram by searching Game Day Spirit. Stay in the know of all things Game Day and all things Fighting Illini with Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini.
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cig. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Live from New York, the Fox Report.
I'm Lisa Brady. And this is a Fox News alert. The first test of the Pentagon's new missile defense system has just been declared a success. A test considered critical if and when North Korea is able to launch a missile at the U.S. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal is live in California.
Lisa, an interceptor was launched shortly before 1 p.m. Pacific time out of California's Vandenberg Air Force Base, and according to the Pentagon, it took out the ICBM they launched from the Marshall Islands. While the ground-based missile defense system has been tested before,
this is the first one that will be an ICBM-class target. That is to say, a missile with the capabilities of an intercontinental ballistic missile, like the one that would come out of North Korea.
Joshua Pollack, editor of the Non-Proliferation Review, says he's generally lacked confidence in this system. He says it's been expensive, not extensively tested, and has experienced some technical problems before, Lisa.
Thanks, Jessica. The White House not directly addressing allegations that a secret back channel was suggested during transition talks between the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and the Russians.
What your question assumes is a lot of facts that are not substantiated by anything but anonymous sources that are so far being leaked out.
Though White House spokesman Sean Spicer notes that officials, including the National Security Advisor, have described back channels as appropriate tools of diplomacy in general, and that an attorney for Kushner has pledged cooperation in the Russia probe. Meantime, the president meeting with 2 new candidates to replace fired FBI Chief James Comey, former TSA Administrator John Pistol, and former Assistant Attorney General Chris Wray. Stocks finished lower, the Dow down 50 points, still over 21K though. The S&P slipping 2 points, the NASDAQ down 7. All-time highs, though, for a number of shares, including Amazon and McDonald's. On the Fox Report, fair and balanced.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road. And with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the Certified Pre-Owned Sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Police say golfer Tiger Woods, who was arrested early yesterday facing DUI charges near his South Florida home, was asleep when they found his Mercedes with the engine running on the side of the road. But he tested negative for alcohol and told police he had taken a variety of painkillers, later posting an apology online.
He said, "I understand the severity of what I did and I take full responsibility for my actions. I want the public to know that alcohol was not involved. What happened was an unexpected reaction to prescribed medications.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Miami. Woods had his 4th back surgery last month. Just weeks after the firestorm for United Airlines after the forced removal of a passenger from a flight, the FAA is accusing the airline of operating flights in 2014 with a Boeing 787 the government claimed was not in airworthy condition. 23 flights in all, leading to a proposed fine of more than $400,000. United says action was taken immediately after the issue was identified and that they're working closely with the FAA's review. An impromptu movie tribute gets a man pulled over for speeding in Southern California, but he says he's okay with it.
88 miles per hour!
That's how fast the car had to be going to time travel in the Back to the Future movies. That was a DeLorean, and Spencer White says he's wanted one ever since. He bought one, taking his mom for a ride in Santa Clarita, California, getting it up to 85.
She just says, take it up to 88. Let's see. Let's do it.
No time travel, but a few seconds later, California Highway Patrol.
I just start busting up laughing. My mom starts busting up laughing. He's even got this big grin on his face.
He says the officer even had him take a picture of the radar gun before giving him a ticket for about $400. Worth it, White says.
This is kind of the dream ticket.
Chris Foster, Fox News.
Quick recap from the Pentagon. A missile defense system test declared a success in New York. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News Radio.
Wow, Oklahoma just chipped in. You know it's your day when... Wow.
You hit a Larry Mize shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Boy, they're playing some good golf right now against Illinois.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service, brought to you by Chief Bauer. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, give Chief Bauer service experts a call at 866-EXPERTS or visit online at chiefbauer.com. Getting down to 53 degrees tonight. We got 77 and sunny tomorrow with a low of 56 overnight. Another beautiful day. Thursday looking pretty good as well. 79 and sunny. Chance of an afternoon thunderstorm with a low of 60 overnight. 85 on Friday. Right now it is 76. Gorgeous ESPN Radio.
All right, the weather's looking good, but right now it does not look good for the Fighting Illini golf team as they're battling Oklahoma for a chance to go to the NCAA Finals in match play. Right now they trail in 4 of the matches, and here's the rundown. Liparelli and Giovanni are both down 3 through 10 and 11. So Liparelli down 3 through 11. Giovanni Tadiotto down 3 through 10. Fiegels just had the guy he's playing just chipped in to win a hole, so now he's down 2 through 10. Nick Hardy down 2 through 9. Dylan Meyer up 2 through 8. It does not look good, Carp, as you start seeing 2s and 3s, especially when you see 3. That's something that's really hard to battle back from. So essentially you're kind of focused on those last 3 matches, which would be Fiegels. That's asking a lot of the freshmen to make up not only 2 holes, but 3 essentially to get a lead. Hardy, he can do it. We know he can do it. And, of course, Dylan Meyer if he can hold on. But that's where it stands right now at Rich Harvest Farms as they're playing against Oklahoma. And right now joining us on the Jupiters at the Crossing phone line from the Champagne Room podcast is Brad Replinger. Brad, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, gentlemen. I've managed to find a corner of the golf course that's not too windy. We're about 20 to 30 mile an hour out here, so let me know if things get a little too breezy for you.
Well, they sound good right now, and we had talked to Jeremy Warner last hour, and we could hear that wind. Listen, Brad, let's don't sugarcoat it. Right now, things don't look good for Illinois. They're going to have a monster turnaround down the stretch. Can they do it?
I definitely think so. You guys hit on the head next. I've been following Nick Hardy's group against Hirschman here in the semifinal round. Yeah, the comment that a couple of fans is that this place is coming awfully quiet as of late. Not a lot of birdies, not a lot of things happening, but we've seen this week that this team can turn things on very quickly. We saw yesterday
You know what we're going to do? We're going to call Brad back. So, Austin, if you can, maybe give him a call back and just tell him, don't worry about trying to find a crazy space. Just find something that works, and we'll roll with that. I think what he's saying, and this is the one thing, Carp, that is interesting about match play. In stroke play, it's not a situation where you can feel momentum. In match play, you can feel momentum, and right now Oklahoma feels that. The only thing, and the reason I say this that could be good for Illinois, is the crowd that's there. And let's say a guy like Fiegels would birdie to win a hole. All of a sudden, you're going to hear that. Well, guess what? Oklahoma's going to know that those roars are not for them, and they're not for Vanderbilt, and they're not for Oregon. Those are for Illinois. And what Illinois needs to do now is to string together. I mean, there's going to have to be some special shots here. And if they can do that and string together some really good shots and get some momentum going, a lot of times then maybe that could, I don't want to say scare Oklahoma, but they could feel a little pressure because they could tell Illinois is making a push.
Hardy has an interesting opportunity here. 2 shots in for both him and his opponent, whose name escapes me right now, and Oklahoma's guy a little bit further down on a very long green, both of them in the rough, but it looks like Hardy might be able to putt this one. So that would be crucial. He needs to get a hole back quickly.
He does.
So that way, you all of a sudden put the pressure back on Oklahoma with the golfer as good as Hardy.
We're going to go back now to Sugar Grove and Rich Hill Farms, and let's visit again with Brad Replinger. Brad, we lost you there just for a little bit, but you were talking about how you thought you're confident Illinois can get this still turned around.
Absolutely. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, you're good.
It's fine.
I had to pick my bogey and move to the next hole. No, we're looking at a team that yesterday, playing the last 2 holes throughout the week, heading into yesterday, they were 14 over combined for the week. And Dylan Meyer was coming in kind of limping into the round. He was +5 headed to 17, and Coach Small said encouraging things to him in the fairway. Dylan knocked it to 10 feet, rolled in 30, put out a huge roll. And then maybe 5 minutes after that, you heard Eduardo Liparelli, or Ito as the teammates call him,
right?
Drain one for Eagle on 18. So suddenly the team went from potentially not making it to match play to all of a sudden they're in 4th or 3rd. So I definitely think that there's an opportunity for them to make up some ground here on the back 9. This has been playing roughly 3 to 4 shots tougher than the front 9. So anything can happen, as we know, in match play and in golf.
Who's the wild card here? I mean, Meyer, we're feeling good about, already a couple holes up, and I know he'll be the last one to close out today, but would Fiegels be someone to look at, the younger guy, or are we looking maybe even at Liparelli, who overcame a deficit this morning, to do the same thing this afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely. Eagles. The first day on Friday, he had put together, I believe he had birdied the first 4 of his 5 holes to come out in the first round. I mean, the guy looked absolutely on fire. Has kind of struggled here and there, but on occasion can show he can shown that he can string together a couple of birdies here and there. So I definitely looked for Michael Fiegels to put some things together. Oddly enough, I would call Eduardo Liparelli one of our strongest guys.
Right.
It's kind of between him and Nick Hardy for the 2 spot on the team, but that's been the thing that Coach Small has been saying all week in the press conferences, is that there really isn't a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5. There's this team mentality of, hey, if one guy can string together a birdie or 2, start making some noise in this place, things can turn in our favor very quickly. We
are visiting with Brad Replinger, TCR Podcast. You want to follow him on Twitter. He is keeping you up to speed at Rich Harvest Farms, not Rich Hill.
I didn't want to say anything.
The old pitcher for the Dodgers, essentially now. But follow Brad on Twitter at TCR Brad. Brad, I want to talk to you. I know my son and I had a chance to visit with you Sunday. You've been up there the majority of the time. I mean, what a great experience this has been for not only Illini golf fans, but fans here in the Midwest to be able to see some great golf right here in Illinois. It's awesome, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. In this area in particular, as a local resident of the greater Chicago, and our major tournaments taken away from us. We had the Western Open here for, I don't know, was it 30, 40 years every year during July, and fans would come out by the tens, almost hundreds of thousands. You saw a lot of great Tiger Woods finishes at Cog Hill in the early or mid to late 90s. Sorry to bring up a sore subject with LT Grader, but still this crowd, this area has definitely been crying for a standard event or a continuous event, and events like the NCAA tournament. We'll have the KPMG Women's PGA Championship at Olympia Fields in July. There's a Web.com tour event in June, and then obviously the BMW Championship in Chicago for the playoffs in September. So it's really good to have good competitive golf back in the area, and the fans have definitely come out in waves to enjoy it.
Brad, I want to ask you this. As we stare down now the final 9 holes of this semifinal match between Illinois and Oklahoma. Could be the final 9 for Illinois unless they get things turned around. Dylan Meyer, by the way, up 3 now through 9, so that's looking good for a point. But again, Hardy down 2, Fiegels down 2, Giovanni and Liparelli both down 3. What are some advantages that you think that you've seen in on these last holes that you think Illinois could maybe score some points back and get back in their pocket? I know like 17's a tough hole. 18 is one of those par 5s that you can eagle on if you needed to turn a match there. Are there some shots here left in this final few holes you think Illinois can take advantage of?
Most definitely. A couple of these closing holes, especially this corridor of the golf course that we're starting to see our guys get into, 12, 13, 14, they all bisect each other, or they're parallel to each other. So a lot of noise can be heard in that corner of the golf course, and there's a lot of orange and blue there. So definitely look for some areas where some of the pins may be tucked in difficult areas, or maybe some of these greens are not quite as fair as some people may they are, but definitely look for opportunity here for our guys to maybe put up a shot or two and make a run to get back in this thing.
On the other side of the bracket, which of those two teams is most dangerous, would you say, between Oregon and Vanderbilt?
Definitely Vanderbilt this year. Talking to some of the Oregon coaches and players earlier in this event, I believe they lost 3 of their 5 starters from last year's national championship team. Their head coach, I can't remember his name. I believe it's Casey Kuhn or something like that. Is a very well seasoned coach though. But I have to give the edge to Vanderbilt. They're coming into this week red hot. They were the only team to finish in double digits under par during the stroke play portion of this tournament. So definitely look for Vanderbilt to be the favorites heading into the final round tomorrow afternoon. Casey
Martin is his name, Brad. Of course, he was the guy that had to use a cart essentially on the PGA Tour. They had that situation there with Casey Martin, of course, but he is the Oregon coach. And Oregon right now, by the way, up 3-2 in their match. Well, Brad, listen, we're going to let you get going so you can continue to tweet out to the universe at TCR Brad. He's a great follow. He's keeping you up to speed as we go along. Essentially, we just need a couple of things to go right for Illinois. Get that crowd back on this side. You know how match play is. It can swing momentum in a hurry. So let's get that going, my friend. Does that sound good?
Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you guys taking some time to talk today. Really appreciate you guys. Lon, both Lon and Jeremy's out here somewhere. I think he's in the group that's just walking past now, Dylan Meyer. But it's been a great week of coverage. Really appreciate the show, and hopefully next time you come up here it doesn't rain again.
I love it. Hey, Brad, we appreciate it, my friend. Be safe out there. Brad Replinger, the Champagne Room podcast. It's a great podcast. Man, he knows golf up and down. And again, follow him on Twitter at TCR Brad. I'm going to let him get back and get focused in on this. Oklahoma, Hirschman, the guy going against Hardy, he is putting for bogey right now and missed that. So it looks like
get a hole back.
Yeah, Hardy could gain a shot, and he does. It's conceded. He just had to 2-putt from there for his par. So now that means Hardy is down 1, Myers up 3, and then it comes down to either Fiegels, Giovanni, or Liparelli, and Liparelli's running out of time, and so is Giovanni. They're both down 3. So essentially, if it comes down to those final 3, it could be the focus squared on the freshman Fiegels. And Carp, this is a kid, Jeremy talked about it, that he thinks he could be one of the best golfers to ever go through Illinois when it's said and done. The funny thing about this Illinois program, if you followed it and you realize the great golfers that have come through here in the last few years, with Peters, with Dietrich, and these guys, when it comes to actually rankings of kids being ranked so high, Dylan Meyer and Nick Hardy were the highest ranked recruits that Mike Small had ever gotten. And then Fiegels and Bumgarten then are next. Now, a lot of the times the Belgians like Dietrich, Dietrich.
The Belgian pipeline.
Dieters, yeah, exactly. Sometimes they're not ranked, so you don't know the ranking of them nationally, but this program just continues to get better and better. And of course, next year you're going to you've got Fiegels and Bumgarten, who's probably going to be one of your top 5 next year if Liparelli turns pro. But I mean, Mike Small he's not going anywhere.
No, he's not.
But it does come down to this. And let me ask you a question. Does it come down to where it gets, I'm not frustrated by any means if they can't pull this off today, but you can only get so close so many times, right? And I just want it so bad for Mike Small and these kids.
Imagine how badly they want it.
No, I can't.
And for Mike Small, because he has been there time and time again. So players are coming, players are going, but this program continues to do what they do as Hale sinks a par putt here. Not sure what the ramifications are.
I think he's pretty much going to be, I guess Liparelli, I don't know if this is to have the hole, but or to win it. If it's just to have, then again, there's another hole eaten up, and he's still down 3.
Yeah, not a gimme putt either. It's
not
kind of
at
trickier.
all.
This is Liparelli, and I believe this putt, which is, what would you say, 4 feet?
Yeah,
5 feet?
About a 4-footer.
4-footer to have it is what I'm guessing, but we'll keep you updated on that. The thing is, though, I think I get your point. Like, if you come here time and time again and you don't get through, or you eventually the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
And you become known more for, they were always really good, just never quite good enough.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that's the case. And when you look at the obstacles that you run into as a cold weather golf program anyways, that it's remarkable that Illinois is in this position as often as they are.
Without a doubt.
For me, this is not the best Illinois golf team that Mike Small's probably had. Is that fair to say?
No, I agree.
So it's sort of like this. Like Martin Scorsese has a great filmography. He's got The Taxi Driver. He's got Raging Bull. He's got Goodfellas, Casino, classics.
Yes.
And he wins the Oscar for The Departed. Good movie.
Right.
Really good movie.
It was a good show.
Not his best. Top 5.
So you're saying we're going to spring one out of nowhere one of these years.
But it's just like, I think when you do win it, it doesn't have to be your best team. And the same thing would go for Illinois basketball. When they win it, are they going to be as good as 04, 05, or 89? Maybe not.
No.
Hard to say. But that at this point for Mike Small in this program, it's almost like, can't we just give them a Lifetime Achievement Championship?
Right.
Like, can't they win a championship just kind of in recognition of how consistently great that they've been?
Without a doubt.
I mean, they're nationally respected, deservingly so. And then to have the timing of this being in Illinois,
right?
You would love to see them capitalize on it, and they aren't dead yet.
No,
but it's tricky, man. I mean, they have work to do and not a lot of time.
Well, and Fiegels is one of those. He's getting ready to be hit a big approach here. He's down 2 again as we go through this. Hardy now down 1, and Dylan Meyer up 3. It looks like Liparelli and Giovanni doesn't look like they're going to be able to bounce back. So. This is Fiegels' 4th shot, though, already on a par 5, so they're not looking good here for him.
This is his 4th shot?
Yeah, on this par 5. So,
oh, no.
Yeah, that could be some scary things. Fiegels can get hot, but he can also get cold in a hurry for Illinois. All right, if you want to weigh in, 359-2255. That's 217-359-2255. In this next segment, I want to bring Austin on and talk a little Cubs baseball and Cardinals baseball. Both teams really struggling right now. The Cubs have lost 5 straight. The Cardinals are going through a swoon right now as well. They were terrible to start the year, then went on this great stretch to get up to first place, and then all of a sudden they've lost like 9 out of 12. What is going wrong with both of our clubs? We'll talk about that when we return. We'll do, of course, an update from Austin, and if you want to weigh in on the Cubbies and Cardinals, what's wrong with your team? Throw it out, 359-2255. Keeping you up to speed on the NCAA golf finals. We'll do that through 5. We're off early 5:10 today for the aforementioned Cardinals against the LA Dodgers. It is the Tay and J Show.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air. They all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. That lush green lawnscape is a result of a reputation earned through consistent performance. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, weed reduction, disease, and insect control. Now the ease and trouble-free convenience of Spring Green's professional lawn care's full program is yours at savings of 20% for new customers. It's backed by their guarantee of satisfaction. Over 32 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com at 217-359-2111.
Are you looking for a new home or planning to refinance your existing home? Hi, this is Todd Durakan from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, getting you and your home faster with loan closings in 30 days, mortgage loans, and refinancing that's fast, friendly, and local. We invite you to visit our experienced team of mortgage experts to find out how First Federal Savings Bank can help you with your loan closing in 30 days. For more information, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Get what you want out of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Cardinals fans, have you thought about making a trip to St. Louis with your family? Well, the perfect time to do it is coming up, the weekend of June 9th, 10th, and 11th. It's the Ritz Kickoff to Summer Weekend, and it's loaded with great promotions. Friday, June 9th, it's the Orlando Cepeda Bobblehead, presented by AAA Missouri. 30,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home the bobblehead of the 1967 MVP. Saturday, June 10th, the adult all-over print shirt. It's a full-button shirt that celebrates being a fan of the Cardinals. You can wear it with pride. Sunday, June 11th, all kids 15 and younger receive the Rawlings Kids Baseball Glove. That day's also a Six Flags Day and a Family Attractions card giveaway. It's the weekend of June 9th, 10th, and 11th. The Cardinals take on the Phillies. Great giveaways for you. Make the trip to Busch Stadium. Tickets available at cardinals.com/promotions. There's only one Cardinals baseball.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. That lush green lawnscape is a result of a reputation earned through consistent performance. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, weed reduction, disease, and insect control. Now the ease and trouble-free convenience of Spring Green's professional lawn care's full program is yours at savings of 20% for new customers. It's backed by their guarantee of satisfaction. Over 32 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com at 217-359-2111.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call Matex Heating and Cooling to take advantage of Train's Weather Any Season sale. Weather Any Season sale. Choose between special financing for 6 years or special trade-in allowances on qualifying Train systems. Call 355-9700 or visit us online at mattexservice.com for more information. It's hard to stop a train. Any season, any weather. Matex Heating and Cooling, servicing East Central Illinois.
Subject to credit approval. Call for details.
Eat, Shop, Play, Explore. Rediscover Campus Town every Thursday from May 25th to August 17th during 13 Thursdays. You can find great deals on clothing, accessories, and food each Thursday at participating campus businesses. We've got great events that are sure to make this summer rock. Grab your friends and take over campus on June 8th for the Campus Pub Crawl. Or catch a movie on the quad under the stars on Thursday night. Don't miss 13 Thursdays. Visit ChampaignCenter.com. 13 Thursdays is presented by the Champaign Center Partnership.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Need an oil change? See your Champaign CarX man. Right now at CarX Tire and Auto, get a full-service oil change starting at $24.99 with tire rotation and brake inspection. From oil changes to engine repair and everything in between, CarX Tire and Auto's been serving Champaign for almost 40 years with 3 convenient locations. Your Champaign CarX man has the right oil for your vehicle at a great price, $24.99. Stop in, call, or schedule online at CarX.com.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Winning can be fun, and we love giving away free stuff, but we want to make sure it's fair for everyone. So here are the rules when competing to win on ESPN 93.5. No purchase necessary. Prize must be collected within 30 days during business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 2702 Boulder in Urbana. ESPN Radio assumes no liability due to circumstances beyond our control, and any prize may be substituted with a prize of equal or greater value. Winners are liable for any taxes, tips, or other miscellaneous charges associated with the prize. All contestants must have a valid ID and social security number. Our judges' decisions are final and reserve the right to end any contest at any time for any reason without notice. In the event that a contestant is found to be ineligible for a prize, said prize will not be awarded. And if you win, we reserve the right to use your likeness or voice on the radio or online, and any winners must wait 30 days to win again. Get a complete list of rules and more information on any contest on ESPN Radio at ESPNCU.com. Those are the rules, and good luck from ESPN 93.5.
Being a parent is hard. Yeah, like peeling a banana. That's really hard.
Are you a parent of littles, or is your family growing soon?
Come to the Growing Families Expo, June 3rd from 9 to noon. Will there be bananas there?
No bananas, but we will have local businesses and resources there for young families.
There'll be lots of fun activities and giveaways for parents and kids.
Facebook.com/growingfamilies. See you.
See you!
Hello, I'm Austin Berkman with your 4:30 Sports Center update brought to you by Prairie View Landscaping. Email mypvdiscount@gmail.com for a free quote and get 25% off their mosquito program. That's mypvdiscount@gmail.com. Illini Golf is in their fourth NCAA Golf semifinals. They defeated USC with two golfers still on the course when Nick Hardy nailed a putt on the ninth hole to put the Trojans away. They're currently playing Oklahoma right now, and the scores of that one are Liparelli up 3 over Hale. Down 3 over Hale. McGreevy up 3 over Tadiato. Rhinestorn up 3 over Fiegels. Hirschman up 1 over Hardy, and the lone Illinois lead right now is by Meyer over Dalkey up 3. Yikes.
Oklahoma is just throwing darts right now at the flag. They are playing. Illinois would have to beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not going to mess this up down the stretch. Right now, they're playing. They're just shooting right for the pin, and they're doing it. They're just playing great golf.
The putts I've seen are just incredible.
Just dropped a huge putt to go 3 up on Fiegels.
The Bears, they released quarterback Connor Shaw. Shaw broke his leg last year. The Cubs are on a 5-game skid at the moment, and the problem now is getting runners in scoring position home. The Cubs are ranked second to last in runners on base per inning with 3.76. The Cubs take on the Padres again after falling on Memorial Day 5-2. The pitching matchup for tonight is Butler versus Lamet. Hear the game on US 105.9 at 9:10 p.m. It's going to be a late one. The Cardinals have lost 5 out of their last 7. They play the Dodgers tonight from Busch Stadium. The pitching matchup is Japanese sensation Kenta Maeda taking on Michael Wacha. Game time is 6:05. The White Sox will face a familiar face tonight. They face Chris Sale with Jose Quintana on the mound for the White Sox. That's a White Sox on White Sox crime right there. And the Penguins beat the Predators 5-3 last night.
Scores! Good, I said that about Oklahoma, hitting pins, hitting darts, and a kid just messed up.
You know, not to root for misfortune against one team, but totally. Let's do that.
I don't know these
I think
kids for
Schadenfreude is okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, I want to tell you about every year millions of consumers fall victim to cybercrime. $16 billion was stolen from 15.4 million U.S. consumers in 2016. $16 billion. In recognition of Internet Safety Month in June, Busey highlights 7 tips to help consumers protect themselves from online fraud. How about number 1? Keep your computers and mobile devices up to date. Have the latest security will help protect yourself from online threats. Set strong passwords, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch out for phishing scams. Keep personal information personal. Secure your internet connections. Shop safely and read the site's privacy policies. Who does that? With constant changes in technology, there are always new ways for risk. The best way to protect yourself is to be proactive, and Busey can help you with Internet Safety Month. Check them out, Busey. They do a lot for our community. Member FDIC.
It is the Tay and J Show. Mike Carpenter in for Jeremy Warner, who is up at Rich Hill Farms. Rich Harvest Farms.
Rich Harvest.
Not Rich Hill Farms. as Illinois is in the semifinals right now, not looking very good against Oklahoma. Miracles can happen.
Yeah.
They're going to need to happen quickly.
Absolutely.
Because pretty soon you're kind of against the clock here with the first 3 golfers that Illinois sent out there, currently all down 3 holes, and you are getting dangerously close to a point where this thing will wrap up well before Dylan Meyer gets to the 15th even.
Somebody needs to make a shot. Somebody needs to make a big putt. Fiegels has a chance here. The guy he's going against, Reinertsen, is way back on the green. So it's going to be tough for him to 2-putt. It could be a 3-putt territory, and Fiegels has what looks like about a 12-footer. If that would drop, now he'd still be down 2, but if you could just get some momentum going in your favor and get that crowd fired up on that course, because as I mentioned to you, those Oklahoma players will hear the roars.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll understand, something good just happened for Illinois, something bad just happened against us. So we will keep you up to speed right now, but as Austin mentioned, Lipparelli and Giovanni both down 3, Fiegels down 3, Hardy down 1, Meyer up 3, as they go against Oklahoma with a chance to get in the finals tomorrow. All right, Lante, Mike Carpenter, and if you want to weigh in, 359-2255. Austin Berkland, I brought you in studio. And normally I would sit here and just make fun of the Cubs and rip on them and say, hey, they're playing bad. This is awesome. But my Cardinals suck just as bad.
We are in the same pool right now. Right. We are in the exact same pool, and that pool is really dirty.
It really is.
And meanwhile, I'm just kind of enjoying Yankees. The baseball season. It's refreshing.
Carb's over here going, why can't we play in the NL Central? We swept you idiots.
Well, and yet the Orioles are still... They're nipping on your heels.
Yeah, well, the Orioles, so yesterday that game, it was a nice, beautiful Memorial Day game, and Baltimore wins, and the song they play after that is All We Do Is Win. This coming on the heels of a 7-game losing streak.
Boy.
And you know what I had?
All we do is win.
I had this wave of anger rush over me that only exists when the Yankees are in first place. And it feels like there's something at stake.
Exactly.
Like last few years are just whatever.
Right.
And now that they're back in first, I'm starting to hate Baltimore again. Red Sox are just a nuisance. Tampa Bay, I could do without them. Toronto, who cares?
It's funny how, and it is funny how sports can elicit that. For instance, me off the air watching this Illinois thing when Oklahoma
which you
made
identified correctly, I think, as not just an Illinois golf thing.
Yeah.
Being frustrated they can't get over that hump, but an Illinois athletics thing.
It really is.
This entire athletic program.
You got 89, you got 05. 89, you're the best team in basketball.
You had the entire Kevin Hambly era, and that
made the title game.
Got to the championship, didn't win the finals. Yeah. Illinois has gotten to the championship in golf, didn't win.
I mean, I guess the one player in all of Illinois sports you can rest your hat on is the wrestler.
Yeah,
Isaiah Martinez.
That's true.
That's it for Illinois athletics history.
Of course, gymnastics won a national title. And tennis with Craig Tiley won a national title. But
it's almost like stories when we had Jeremy and Brad both talk about the fans that are up there.
Right.
I'm tired of being the fan base like it was in St. Louis back in 2005.
Yep.
Oh my God, Illinois has the greatest fans. And I'm thinking, where's the karmic thing that will give these fans something that makes them feel good?
Absolutely.
And there's been a lot of success. But let's be honest, it is measured in championships.
Sure.
And you hope for Mike Small and these guys that they can make a run here, because it would be so anticlimactic at this course in the state of Illinois for it to be, hey, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt.
Yeah, especially with Oklahoma 3-2ing you or something if that happens. But you're right. I mean, that would be frustrating to watch down the stretch. And again, listen, this is not... We are not ripping on the Illinois golf team right now.
It's just frustrating that you feel for them and hope that they can make a run here, and they have time, but man, it's running out.
I've almost gotten to the point where I feel so bad for Mike Small because he's so close to all of this and just hasn't quite gotten over the hump for that. And for a guy that we consider one of, if not the best coach in the NCAA with regards to golf, and for him not to have that national title behind the name. That's a little bit what's frustrating.
Before we get to baseball and the struggling Cubs and Cardinals.
Yes.
Lance Ringler just tweeted this out. Light sprinkles beginning. So maybe we get a little, the elements.
Rain delays. Rain delays up in Chicago.
It works.
Where's your boy Hayward at?
Yeah, we need Hayward.
Yes.
Maybe Hayward just runs onto the green, starts talking to everybody.
We're the winners. We know we can do it.
Come here, Hardy. I'm going to talk to you about something.
So wait, since you guys are both kind of in the same spot, maybe I can facilitate this discussion. Let's just start one by one.
Okay.
The airing of the grievances.
The airing of grievances.
Absolutely.
Austin, let's start with the defending world champions. And they don't look like a playoff team right now.
Okay, let's start out with something. Kyle Schwarber should have never batted leadoff in the first at all.
Thank you.
That was never a thing that should have happened.
It was too cute, wasn't it?
Zobrist reached base in a staggering stretch of time, like 22 out of 23 games. Schwarber's strikeout rate is way too high. Why was he batting leadoff? That makes the lineup work so much harder. It does not extend that lineup one bit. And then let's get to the pitching right now. Lackey and Butler and Arrieta.
Yeah.
Those guys right now are frustrating the living crap out of me. They can, whenever the Cubs lineup does do something well, it seems like, well, there's going to be bad things coming in the pitching staff tonight.
Right.
But when the pitching staff is locked in, guess what? Cubs are only going to get one run tonight. If it's not one thing, it's another thing with this Cubs team. They cannot put together a complete game to save their lives right now.
I think what's funny about that, and I say this, what's funny is that it really is, with the Cubs, you know the talent they have, right?
Yeah.
So you just keep waiting for it to develop. And it's almost like, unlike the Cardinals, you just keep waiting for all of a sudden the Cubs to go on this huge run. And, they had a nice homestand. But it's like, all right, at some point, they're just going to kind of run away with this. And if we're honest with ourselves right now, that there is plenty of time left in this season for both teams to make hay. We can't panic here at the end of May. But it is frustrating, no doubt. And to see the Cubs losing, if you would have told me at the start of the year, I'll bet you $100 that if you would have said to me, I'll bet you $1,000, which I don't have, that the Cubs will not lose 5 games. If you said, I'll bet you $1,000 the Cubs lose 5 games in a row at one point this season, I would have thrown $1,000 down and said, you're crazy. Yeah. That team, there is no way you could rip through an entire starting rotation with that offense and take 5 games in a row from the Cubs, and now that's happened.
And I mean, no disrespect to the Cardinals here when I say this. I would have said, if you bet me $1,000 by saying, hey, by Memorial Day, you'll be up by 3 games in the NL Central, I would take that deal in a heartbeat.
Sure.
And now I'd be the loser of that bet because the Cubs are not taking care of business when the Cardinals and the Brewers have opened things up a little bit. Very true. I know it's only Memorial Day. It's not even Flag Day. I'm sorry, Mike Claiborne. Yeah. But there's got to be something done about this team. They've got to get another starting pitcher, even a 5th starter or a 1st starter, just to lengthen that rotation.
They really do.
Eddie Butler should not be on a defending World Series roster right now as a starting pitcher. He's a perfect reliever. He is a perfect reliever, but not as a starting pitcher.
There's just no synergy with the Cubs right now. And Austin hit on it, where like the night that you get the good start, you get a run and you lose 3-1.
Exactly.
And it's that's the most frustrating kind of thing.
If you would have told me they would have scored 4 runs on Clayton Kershaw, I would be jumping up and down and saying, we beat Clayton Kershaw.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
And then Lester happens to have his worst outing of the year. I mean,
exactly.
And it's terrible timing at best, but I think the scarier thing, if you're a Cubs fan, and let's be honest, I mean, I've jumped on that bandwagon pretty hard, and they're still a very easy team to root for in many ways, and they have that star power. But looking at Schwarber in particular, we see him come back late last year.
Right.
And he gets at bats in the World Series, and he's very effective in the World Series. We see the occasional moonshot this year, and we know it's there. Mm-hmm. And no way, no how are you going to give up on a batter that's this young?
No.
But right now, his WAR is -1.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's worse than a replacement player.
Which is weird.
And this goes again back to Austin's first point, that Schwarber should not have been batting leadoff all season.
Nope.
At first, because Joe Madden had the World Series sheen kind of over him.
Even with all the mistakes.
Even with all the mistakes, you think, that's outside the box. Well, outside the box can also just equal,
He's got
what's that about?
Yeah. He's got some LaRusse in him.
There is definitely a reason why that Kyle Schwarber types do not bat leadoff in the Major League Baseball. You get the Dexter Fowlers, you get those type of players, not Kyle Schwarber. And yet everybody, including myself, we jumped on the bandwagon and was oh, that means we're going to get a lot of leadoff homers. We're going to do it. Nope, not happening.
It doesn't, and that's
Pitchers
funny.
are opening him up like nobody's business right now. There's nobody to protect him.
Did you mention Dexter Fowler?
Yeah, is that one of your grievances?
Well, I mean, it's so frustrating coming into this season as a Cardinals fan with this offense, because this defense has been just lights. The defense, I'm sorry. The pitching staff has been really good for St. Louis.
Wainwright has stepped up.
He really has. Nick Hardy, by the way, just stepped up and put one close. So that's looking good there for Nick Hardy. But it's one of those situations where when the season started, you looked at the top 3 in that order for the Cardinals, and you had Dexter Fowler. I was excited about him. I still am. I'm not down on Dexter Fowler. You had Aledmus Diaz, and you had Matt Carpenter.
Are you worried about Matt Carpenter?
No, because he's getting it done in so many other ways. Jeremy and I kind of went through that the other day, that, you know, his batting average is low, but he's getting on base. He's a little up and down more than I thought maybe Matt Carpenter would. I figured he'd be more consistent with things, but I'm not worried about him at all. I think he'll be fine. I think he's one of those guys that by the end of the season, everything will kind of come to even. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he'll put up Matt Carpenter numbers.
You know, his on-base percentage is still .370, which is right around his career average.
Absolutely.
He's just not hitting very well. I thought it was interesting. I think Jeremy had a tweet about how he's a star.
Yeah.
And maybe this is just, I put too much stock in personality.
Right.
He's never struck me as a star.
I think he's just a really solid guy to have.
Yeah. I mean, he's had similar Jose Bautista advanced metric stats. So, I mean, he does have the stats of a star, but he just doesn't resonate with the outside fan base.
He's a star with sabermetrics.
Yes.
Which is how we measure things now, right? I mean, that's so people that are 40 years and older, like
Brian
me.
Kennys of the world love him. The Bill James of the world
exactly.
love him.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I think Carp is going to be fine, but certainly that top, especially Fowler, who's struggling this year, and Diaz, who's struggling this year. And then you look at a guy like Randall Grichuk and Steven Piscotty. Piscotty had his injuries, but I'm not exactly sold on those two kids in the corner outfield. So essentially, you've got an entire outfield that hasn't hit for you at all this year. The kid that hit was Sierra that came up, and Pham. And they're the two that have really hit better than anybody this year. Now, Piscotty was hurt. They've sent Grichuk now down to single A to try to get his head figured out. So it's just been a weird situation for the Cardinals, and it's frustrating. I mean, it really is frustrating. Diaz is not having a good year after he hit 300 last year. Colton Wong, of course, the injury now. But, it's just that offense, it puts a lot of pressure on that pitching staff to be really good.
It seems like the Cardinals' struggles are more individual based, while the Cubs' struggles are more group based.
Yeah, that could be.
Which I don't know what to take with that. It's kind of a small sample size, I guess, in this part of the year, but it's going to be definitely interesting to see which one prevails: the individual struggles getting lightened up or the group efforts.
And we say that, and of course we've got a lot of baseball left to play.
It's not even Flag Day.
It's not even Flag Day, so we got a lot of baseball left to play, but it is kind of funny that all of a sudden you look up, and for me, it's just been one of these situations. I've been so engrossed in Illini golf lately that I've kind of just let Cardinal baseball go and Cubs baseball go, and then all of a sudden I'm
you
like,
come back to it, and you're like, what in the
man, these teams aren't playing very well at all right now. All right, 359-2255. Cyrus calling up from Urbana about baseball. Cyrus, how are you, buddy?
Hey, guys, I'll just throw in this to consider as you're having this discussion about hitters. Let's use Joey Votto as one of the perfect examples. Here's a guy that has hit his whole time in the major leagues, but what you have to do as a hitter in the major leagues is you have to constantly adjust to the adjustments the opposition is making on you. And I think what we're talking about with the Cubs and even the Cardinals, when you're talking about these young players like Diaz and Javier Baez and Addison Russell, is a lot of major league teams have had a whole offseason now to find the holes in their batting. And pitchers are going to make adjustments. And I think what we're seeing with a lot of these young guys is their second full season in the league, they're seeing different pitching that is exposing where they're weak and where they're most apt to hit into a double play or strike out. So I haven't heard you guys talking about that, and I just think that's another important ingredient in the discussion. Thanks.
Great point, Cyrus. We appreciate that. And that is some truth. I mean, with Cubs, you always hear that sophomore slump, so they're not all sophomores, obviously, or second year. But
you definitely see what they're doing. They're going up high, that high fastball.
Yep.
Kyle Schwarber's just, it's like a steak on a plate. He's loving it. He's loving it, and nope, just flies right by him.
These guys, I mean, there is a lot of video, obviously, out there, right? Mm-hmm. And by the way, Giovanni Taddeotto is now only down 2 after a big eagle putt, and Nick Hardy has a chance to even up all square his match right now. So
it's not over.
It's not over. It's pretty much over for Lipparelli, who is 4 down through 14.
He needs to hold this.
He would have to win every hole going
ship.
in. Yeah, which... Maybe he does. I mean, they're showing it. Why not? And I think he just did.
Oh, my God.
He did. How about that? Might be a little late for Lipparelli, but a pretty cool moment there for him. But
what if he just rattles off 4 holes in a row?
That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I mean, we're sitting here just doom and gloom of Illinois.
That was an unbelievable shot.
It really is.
It makes you wonder. I would love to see if they keep track of strokes. Like, could we see at the end of this what the stroke difference was? It feels like Oklahoma has been dominating this.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. In fact, Hale is going to put away Liparelli now. So Oklahoma has the first point on the board. That match is done. So now it comes down to Giovanni, Fiegels, Hardy, and Meyer as we go along. In fact, we need to take a quick break. But before we do that, we never take a break in front of Donna.
Never.
Donna, how are you?
I'm doing fine. As a matter of fact, I'm going to West Virginia next month for a week.
Awesome.
To see my niece.
Okay.
And
Take
we're
me home
going.
country roads.
Yeah, but what I really wanted, I don't understand this soft stuff with the NCAA. Now, how many points do you have to win the match, like what Illinois is doing?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Donna, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll explain it one more time. Does that sound good?
Yeah, okay.
All right, I appreciate it. Hardy, by the way, makes his putt, so now he is all square. So here's what you got. Dylan Meyer's up 3. That's in good shape. Hardy is now all square with his, and then Giovanni Tadiotto is 2 down.
With 4 holes to play.
With 4 to play.
Yeah.
So we need some magic out of him, out of one of these guys.
Or Fiegels, one of them.
I mean, if Fiegels or Giovanni could somehow win a match and then you put it right in the hands of Hardy and Meyer, I'd be fine with that.
I have complete faith in Hardy.
I would too. All right, so Donna, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll kind of explain again how this works at the NCAA. I think sometimes we take a thought that, hey, Fiegels just hit a putt too, so now he's 2 down.
Well, no. That was to have the hole.
That was to have. I apologize.
Yeah. So it is still, no, I guess you're right. Is it? Okay, no, he is 2 down.
Okay, so he gets 1 back.
Fiegels down 2.
So here's what's happening. You're starting to hear probably some roars now, and this is what I was talking about, getting in Oklahoma's head a little bit. And that could be interesting down the stretch. All right, we will get things figured out when we come back. I'll explain a little bit about match play and how that works for Donna and everybody out there that's kind of new to this experience, and we'll get you up to speed on the Illini. Austin, thanks for popping in.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Anytime I can have you in to talk about the Cubs being horrible, I'm all for that.
Oh, I talk much better about the Cubs when they're horrible because there's so much more to talk about.
Right. Like we said last year, they were boring
Chris
last year.
Bryant's doing great, right, guys?
They were just flat out boring last year to talk about. All right, we're back. It is the Tay and J Show.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Are you sure you're on track to reach your retirement goals? Wondering how much money you'll need to last your lifetime? Whether you are retiring in a few weeks or a few years, we can analyze your needs and create a plan that's right for you. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Provident, partnerships built on trust.
Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
You know you need to do it, and you know you should do it at least twice a year. You owe it to yourself. I'm talking about a checkup at West Main Dental in Urbana. When was the last time you visited the dentist? If you can't remember, or you're in need of a new dentistry team, West Main Dental is where you should go. Our team at West Main Dental is waiting to see you. Come in and be catered by a professional staff that includes Dr. Janet Bardell, a University of Illinois and Southern Illinois University graduate. West Main Dental offers the highest level of dental care in a warm and comforting environment. From a simple quick checkup to providing you with an at-home teeth whitening kit or orthodontic services, trust the professionals at West Main Dental. Visit West Main Dental in downtown Urbana on Main Street, online at westmaindental.com, or call 607-1292. Trust me, you won't be able to stop smiling with a set of healthy, sparkling white teeth thanks to the work of West Main Dental. West Main Dental, online at westmaindental.com, or call 607-1292 to schedule an appointment today.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorsco.com.
At Busey, we are dedicated to enhancing and preserving your financial future, simplifying the complexities around your finances while maximizing the opportunities available to you. Whatever your dream, our wealth management team can guide you through every important financial decision. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, your dream, our promise.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. That lush green lawnscape is a result of a reputation earned through consistent performance. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, weed reduction, disease, and insect control. Now the ease and trouble-free convenience of Spring Green's professional lawn care's full program is yours at savings of 20% for new customers. It's backed by their guarantee of satisfaction. Over 32 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com at 217-359-2111. When you're heading home, Tay and J are on your way talking sports. Weekday afternoons 3 to 6 here on ESPN Radio 93.5.
Man, of course, he knocks one close.
Could they screw up?
Stupid Oklahoma.
You know, I have no...
you and I were just talking about this. You have no issues with Oklahoma.
Until now.
Now
I do. Just the whole state.
Yeah, I had no issues with Oregon. I mean, Vanderbilt and Oregon are just spraying the ball everywhere, and Oklahoma's just keeping it tight.
What are the top 5 most boring states? Nondescript, just not a lot going on. I put Oklahoma in the top 5 boring states.
Without a doubt.
Like,
Illinois.
I wouldn't put Mississippi might be an awful state, but I wouldn't put them as boring.
Illinois is boring.
Yeah, but you got like a world city in Chicago.
I know,
you got landscape-wise, it's very boring.
And you do
until
have,
you get south.
Yeah, see, like that shot for Vanderbilt. That's not happening with Oklahoma.
It's not. Oklahoma's not screwing up.
You do have some beautiful places down in southern Illinois as well.
But Oklahoma's flat, right?
Yeah.
So would we put Oklahoma and Nebraska in the top 5 boring states?
Kansas has to be in there.
So all 3 of those.
Yeah.
We're going Great Plains. And... we aren't putting the Dakotas because there's some beauty up there.
I think that's cool stuff. I think anything out west and east is pretty cool. Isn't it?
They got cool things going on. So we're going Great Plains. We need 2 other states for our top 5 boring states.
How about Kentucky?
Yeah, see, they got a lot of cool stuff.
Do.
Lexington, Louisville.
I think Illinois is in that. I think Illinois would rank one of the top 5 most boring states.
I mean, yeah, if you get out Chicago, but between Chicago and the southern part of Illinois,
that may save them. How about Iowa then?
You know,
they don't have a city or a Chicago, if you will.
I was just there. We were there for a cousin of mine who graduated from high school.
A lot of us, the idea of Chicago is nothing but a negative.
Hey, by the way, Illinois is back at Iowa this year.
Oh,
I was thinking, if there's another, I know I was just there 2 years ago. We were up there for the Tay and J Show.
Is that where we went?
We were at Brothers, yeah. The Brothers in Iowa City. That was a lot of fun.
That.
And that's early October, like it was 2 years ago.
Okay. Hey, real quick, Donna asked about this, and if you're a casual and or not a golf fan, but all of a sudden you're excited about Illinois, which I hope you are, here's the scoop. In match play, you got all 5 that play. And essentially, it's just head-to-head. So if Carp and I are playing, and I birdie number 1, and you par it, I'm 1 up.
Yeah.
And then on number 2, let's say I take a 12 on number 2, and you shoot a 3, then we're back to all square, and that 12 means nothing. That just means I lost the hole, I move right on to the next hole. So that's the difference. Like in stroke play, if I'm out playing my own ball and I shoot a 12 on a hole, I'm going to live with that the rest of the round.
Right. If you have an awful hole in match play,
you just forget it. You just put
gone.
It behind you and you move on. So right now, I got to refresh.
Okay. We do have the one sole leader is Meyer, and he's up 3, I believe.
He's 3 up. Hardy's now all square. Liparelli has lost his match 4-3.
Yes.
It now comes down to 2 freshmen. Michael Fiegels through 13 is down 2, and Giovanni Tadiotto is down 2 through 14. It has to come from one of those two. If one of those two can somehow pull out a point for the Illini and then leave it in Hardy and Meyer's hands, I would be excited about that.
Tadiotto now has a par. Looks like about a 4-foot putt, and he wins the hole.
He halved it, I think, right?
No, he won it.
Oh, he won it?
So he is now down 1 through 15. Tadiotto.
This is getting exciting.
Coming up big.
I might not come back on at the start of next hour because I want to be watching this.
That's fine.
Is that cool?
I'll just go through this Tom Cruise movie draft, or not even a draft.
Hey,
and,
we're only here for like 5. By the way, Hardy. Yes!
Hardy is now up.
Just won the hole, so he's 1 up. Things are happening, kids.
Wow.
Start roaring. Rory.
We got. Let's come back and talk some golf. We came up with some Tiger Woods golf puns. Okay. We'll talk that when we get back.
And we'll come out with Katy Perry's roar.
Oh God.
Tay and J Show. Come on, Beagles!
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Power up with Tempur-Pedic at Illini Mattress. Now through June 11th, get your best night's sleep and save up to $600 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 60 months with approved credit. You heard right. That's 5 years with no interest at Illini Mattress. We also provide free delivery, setup, and removal, and a $300 gift with the purchase of your life-changing Tempur-Pedic sleep system. Offer ends June 11th, so hurry in. This sleep is power. Tempur-Pedic at Illini Mattress.
The Urbana Park District presents Neighborhood Nights all summer long, May 31st through August 9th. Each Wednesday night, we'll be traveling to a different park in Urbana. You can enjoy all kinds of fantastic local musicians. This Wednesday, May 31st, you should join us in Carl Park. You can hear the music of Kilbourne Alley Blues Band from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Free popcorn and lemonade, fun activities. You can meet Urbana Park District officials. For details on this program and other Urbana Park District activities, go to urbanaparks.org.
I'm Jay Lehman, and as a former college and professional athlete, I love Saladmeister. Why? Because it's guilt-free food. Not only is Saladmeister healthy and affordable, but it's also safe for the environment. From their bowls and forks to their lighting and equipment, Saladmeister uses only green products. But the best part is that it tastes so good, you forget it's good for you.
Saladmeister, the masters of salad creation, now open in Champaign.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Has more live in California. And Kathleen, after several setbacks, often technical in nature, the ground-based mid-course defense program worked, intercepting an intercontinental ballistic missile target over the Pacific. As North Korea continues to test missiles and detonate nuclear weapons, the Pentagon called this interception a key accomplishment that demonstrates a capable deterrent against a very real threat. But Professor Stephen Haggard at UC San Diego says what is key is diplomacy through the Chinese.
What the United States has been trying to convince the Chinese to do more aggressively under Trump than under Obama is to say to the Chinese, look, we're finished with this. We're done with allowing you to continue to enable the North Koreans.
On Monday, North Korea fired off a short-range missile that landed in the waters off Japan, Kathleen. Thanks, Jessica. One of President Trump's top communications aides is leaving after just 3 months on the job. Communications Director Michael Dubke has announced his resignation, citing personal reasons. The police union in Cleveland calls the firing of a white officer who fatally shot a 12-year-old boy 3 years ago unjustified.
Politics 101. We don't need this. What's the message that we're sending to the police that are working out there? These guys did everything the way they were supposed to do it.
Stephen Loomis, president of the Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association, the police chief, says Officer Timothy Lohman was fired for inaccuracies on his job application, not in connection with the fatal shooting of Tamir Rice, who was holding a pellet gun. Stocks closed lower, the Dow dropping 51 points, S&P slipping 3 points, NASDAQ down 7, and Amazon hit a milestone, its stock topping $1,000 for the first time. Fox News, fair and balanced.
For me, it was the big S-Class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SE was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone remembers the first time they saw one, and the day they began to long for a Mercedes-Benz of their own. Well, that day may be a lot closer than you think. With a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the luxury, the unparalleled safety, the performance, and the style Mercedes-Benz is famous for at a price you can afford. Beautiful SUVs, sedans, coupes, and convertibles that are factory certified and covered by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 3 years, so you can drive without a worry for as far as you like. And during the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Search widens for a new FBI director to replace James Comey.
2 new candidates have emerged to replace James Comey as FBI director. President Trump meeting with former TSA Administrator John Pistol and former Assistant Attorney General Chris Wray. Press Secretary Sean Spicer confirmed both interviews.
When the president feels as though he's met with the right candidate, he'll let us know.
Before leaving for his first foreign trip, President Trump characterized former Senator Joe Lieberman as a top choice. Lieberman has since withdrawn his name from consideration. President Trump fired Comey earlier this month. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Police say Tiger Woods' car showed fresh damage on the driver's side when officers found him asleep at the wheel in Jupiter, Florida. Incident reports also show Woods' Mercedes had blocked a bike lane. Woods told police he had taken 4 prescription medications for back pain. A singer's return to Manchester, England will be a star-studded event.
Some of the world's biggest pop acts signing up to appear alongside Ariana Grande at a concert in Manchester, England this coming Sunday. The singer expected to be joined by Justin Bieber, Katy Perry and Coldplay, among others. This event coming less than 2 weeks after the deadly bombing when 22 people were killed as Grande finished a show at Manchester Arena. The benefit concert to be held a few miles away at Manchester's Old Trafford cricket ground. Fans who attended the original show are being offered free tickets. In London, Simon Owen, Fox News.
A federal appeals court in Wisconsin rules in favor of a transgender high school student who identifies as male. It upholds a lower court ruling granting Ashton Whitaker permission to use the boys' bathroom. The school had argued that could harm other students, but the court determined actual harm to the student was well documented. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News Radio.
Getting tight
in here.
That was the alternate mix of Nelly's hit songs, of course.
It's getting tight in here. Nick Hardy's approach here at the par 4 16.
Oh, boy.
Actually, the 16th is a par 3.
Not
a good approach. All right, here's where we're at.
Are you sure? Because he shot from the fairway.
Yeah. In other words, he's not on 16.
Oh, so he'd be 15. He's 15.
He's 15, yeah.
Okay. So Tadioto and Mikkel Makimu from Oklahoma, whatever his name is, they're on 16.
Okay.
And it looks like that's going to be a situation where Tadioto is just going to have it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Then try to get a hole in 17 or 18. Right now, Tadioto with a birdie chance.
He is 1 down, and he's putting from Camargo, Illinois to Sugar Grove. That's how far away he is.
And does have enough juice? It does not. He'll have to make this third putt for par and hope that Oklahoma does not. This would be a long putt here for Oklahoma.
They're going to have this hole. I think they're going to have this hole, and they will be Tadioto will be 1 down. Lipparelli's already lost 4 and 3. And Fiegels is down 3 with like five to play.
Yeah,
4
so
to play.
It would be a monumental comeback if he could do that.
Meyer is up 3. Hardy is up 1. So right now, Illinois is up in 2 of these and down in 3 of them, and they've already lost 1 of them. So basically, it's going to come down to the McGreevy against Tadioto match, and right now the McGreevy dude from Oklahoma's 1 up.
So here's the thing.
This
Vanderbilt
on Oklahoma
guy
people.
just missed the easiest putt ever.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I would love to see a guy in a red shirt do that.
No doubt.
So this is a big putt here from McGreevy from Oklahoma, though. If he makes this birdie, he wins the hole. A lot of juice on this one, and it is...
Oh, it slid past.
Slid past, and this is a huge putt coming up here. Maybe both will concede the par to each other.
I would assume. Oh,
it's not
Giovanni did. That's interesting. I would not have conceded that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let these guys earn this crap.
Yeah, right.
Don't you be conceding anything.
Max McGreevy.
Max.
Just even when the names start bothering you, Max McGreevy.
We're starting to hate a bunch of Oklahoma kids, and they've done nothing wrong. They're probably
great dudes. By the way, we did get someone say that it is not one of the top 5 boring states. There's a lot of good topography there. And let's see here. Boring states from the 217, or from George, I should say. What? No Wayne's World reference? Which, of course, Wayne's World makes fun of Delaware. So we could throw Delaware in there.
I'm throwing Illinois is boring, man.
Tadioto with a big putt right here.
This is big. I want to thank our guest, Jeremy Warner. Joined us from Sugar Grove, Rich Harvest Farms, not Rich Hill, and Brad Replinger from the Champagne Room podcast. Follow him on Twitter at TCR Brad. He will probably have some updates after this thing is over from Mike Small and these guys. Right now, Tadioto makes it, so he's got 2 holes to play. He's down 1.
Just has to extend. Right. I mean, if he ties it, they just go into a playoff situation.
They do.
Okay.
They just keep rolling along. So, all right, Cardinals baseball is next against the Dodgers. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow. It is the Tay and J Show.
Your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know that quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus. Mosquitoes can be a nuisance, and after a mild winter like we had, they're even worse. Let Prairie View Landscaping get rid of those pesky mosquitoes so you can enjoy the summer outdoors without bugs getting in the way. And since it's Prairie View Landscaping's 25th year in business, they're celebrating by offering up to 25% off their mosquito program. Email mypvdiscount@gmail.com for a free quote. mypvdiscount@gmail.com. And if you sign up by May 31st, you can win 2 free mosquito control applications out of 4. Prairie View Landscaping, mypvdiscount@gmail.com.
If you really want to enjoy life's celebrations, you need to call Rosati's Pizza for their comfortable catering package for 10 for just $92.35. Rosati's will serve you, along with your friends, families, and coworkers, a delicious lunch or dinner for under $100. Feed them all with Italian beef, pasta, salad, and garlic bread. It's all about good food at Rosati's. Having a party, picnic, hosting a celebration? Call Rosati's for their comfortable catering package for 10. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or call 328-2334.
Pekin Insurance and your local independent agent are committed to providing the best coverage options and the best service possible. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at PekinInsurance.com and on social media. Check them out on Facebook at Facebook.com/Pekin Insurance. It's a great way to learn more about insurance for your auto, home, life, or business. You'll stay up to date with important announcements. Plus, they'll throw in a few fun facts along the way. For beyond the expected information, follow Pekin Insurance on Facebook today.
This evening for baseball, the Cardinals will look to get back above 500 after dropping the first game of the series to L.A. yesterday. Tonight, Michael Wacha on the mound against Kenta Maeda. Wacha has been fantastic at Busch Stadium this year and over the course of his career, and he looks to pick up his 3rd win of the season. Coming up, some news for the Cardinals as the roster is in motion. Jed Jerko leaving to be with his wife as she gives birth to their 3rd son, Stephen Piscotty, en route back to St. Louis. Not exactly clear what the roster will look like when Mike Matheny brings the lineup card out tonight, but the Cardinals are ready to go against L.A. Mike saying that we'll figure it out. There are a lot
of moving parts. Some good news for Colton Wong as he underwent an MRI on his elbow. Some big performances down on the farm, and we'll visit with Paul DeYoung as he makes another start at second base tonight. Plus Mike Claiborne with Benji Molina, all that and more as we get ready for baseball on the Cardinals Radio Network. Waka fantastic at home, including his first start after quite a bit of a layoff. Came a couple of weeks ago against the San Francisco Giants, and it's our Central Bank of St. Louis replay.
And a belt at the plate and the 2-2 pitch for him. Swing and a piss. He got him with that off-speed delivery.
Boy, that was a great changeup.
Did you see that thing move at the last moment?
That's vintage Michael Waka. Waka is ready for pitch number 55. We're in the third inning. Crawford swings and misses. The high hard one striking out.
He was very good. Yeah. He, didn't miss a beat. Looked very sharp. And just thought he had a little bit of everything. He used the high fastball effectively. Liked the curveball right from the first inning. He had a good curveball working. And changeup got better as the game went. Had the good fastball and work counts and heading counts. It was like he hadn't missed any time at all.
Michael Waka, our Central Bank of St. Louis replay here from his manager, Mike Matheny there. Central Bank of St. Louis is your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. Indeed, for Waka, it had been since May the 7th in Atlanta since he had pitched. Going back to that game against San Francisco on the 19th, he went 6 shutout innings through 86 pitches, did take the loss in Los Angeles last week, giving up 6 earned runs over 4 innings, scattering 7 hits. But the right-hander has been fantastic at Busch Stadium this year. In 5 starts, he's gone 30 2/3 innings, giving up just 8 earned runs, walking 8, striking out 25 opponents, hitting .217 against Waka in St. Louis. Follow Cardinals Baseball Live at the MLB.com at mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with Game Day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. It's your number 1 app for live baseball. We've got some news to get to. Got a Monsanto Farm Report. That's next as we get ready for baseball fans filing into a sun-soaked Busch Stadium as we get ready for the Cardinals and Dodgers on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Guidance, trust, protection, service. It's the mantra of GTPS Insurance. When you work with GTPS, you'll never have to call an 800 number in a different state. You deal with people who live and work in our community and know it's important to your business. GTPS is your local source for business insurance, property, general liability, workers' compensation, and group health insurance, and they'll work with you to formulate the best package for the needs of you and your business. Contact a GTPS insurance agent today at 359-9000 or visit online at gtpsinsurance.com.
Awesome Machines Sales and Rentals wants you to take charge of your yard with Toro. Come in now through May 31st and save $100 on Toro Time Cutter zero-turn mowers. Save $300 on Toro Titan HD mowers and save $500 on Toro Z-Master commercial mowers. Awesome Machines has Toro certified parts in stock and they service what they sell. With certified service technicians and trained parts and sales personnel, Awesome Machines is the best choice for your lawn equipment needs. Awesome Machines Sales and Rental, Route 45 in Savoy, Route 36 in Tuscola, and online at awesomemachines.net.
There's a time for work, there's a time for play, there's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. 24 hours every day. Tapman's Towing. We have pull and we're hooked on you. Tapman's Towing.
Cardinals and the Dodgers tonight, second game of a 4-game series. Cardinals looking to get back above 500. They sit at 24-24 right now, 12-14 at home. All right, let's round up some of the news of the day. Jed Jerko did leave the ballpark after arriving and was inserted into the starting lineup, but gets news that his wife goes into labor, third child on the way, so he changed back into his street clothes and departed. That means Johnny Peralta moves into the lineup and plays third base. Stephen Piscotty is flying back this evening. Mike Matheny telling us we'll figure out the roster later, and saying that there are still some moving parts. Speculation that the Cardinals could put Jerko on paternity leave and try to add someone, but of course, when the news comes out at about 2 or 3 o'clock and you've got a 6 o'clock game, that can make things a bit difficult. More from manager Mike Matheny coming up with Mike Shannon in a bit. Meanwhile, some good news for Colton Wong. Second baseman was placed on the 10-day disabled list, dealing with an elbow issue. Wong said he had an MRI early yesterday.
Strained tendon in my elbow and just some scar tissue. That was the reason why I was hearing that popping noise every time, I was feeling the sensation. But, just trying to go in there and figure it out and fix it. I don't want to play through an injury anymore. And, I tried for that week and, I had some success, but it was there the whole time and finally it just tightened up again.
Wong said it was certainly a relief to get the positive results from the test.
You never want to hear a popping noise in your elbow when you're swinging a bat, especially your non-dominant one. It's a weird feeling, but, to know that nothing's wrong, structurally, and to know that I can be back, as quick as 10 days, it's a good feeling.
So Wong said he will continue to work. The treatment includes cortisone to deal with the swelling around the issue, and once again said it was just kind of a bizarre situation.
It's freakishly, man. It's a freakish accident that happened. It was on deck taking a swing, and all of a sudden I feel that pop. It's just, it's different. And locked up right away. I tried to have that at bat and couldn't even finish my swing. Yeah. So it was just one of those freak accidents that went on.
Paul DeJong back into the lineup tonight as the Cardinal who made his big league debut on Sunday and collected a home run double yesterday. DeJong will play second base and hit seventh for the Cardinals. We'll visit with him a little bit later on the show. Meanwhile, we check on the farm report and another great outing from Marco Gonzalez, who, of course, had Tommy John surgery. He took the loss today in a 3-1 game against Iowa, despite giving up 2 runs on 4 hits in 7 innings. Marco struck out 6 and did not issue a walk. Off day tomorrow, and the Redbirds will wrap up their homestand with 4 games against Omaha beginning on Thursday. Stretch of 15 of 19 games at home. Farm Report brought to you by Monsanto, proud supporter of America's farmers. And, of course, if anything changes as the roster is concerned, we will let you know. All right, when we come back, Mike Claiborne's going to be with Benji Molina. Benji back at the house on the Spanish broadcast. And we'll hear from him next as we get ready for baseball. Cardinals and Dodgers coming up. Don't go anywhere. Chris Raby with you. Mike Anderson's back in our Cardinals Network studios. And we're back to Ballpark Village after this in the Cardinals Radio Network.
We, the entertainment-loving people, demand the best unlimited wireless plan ever from AT&T.
I thought I raised you better than to make demands like that.
You know what? We want even more than that. We want AT&T to give us unlimited entertainment.
What else do you want, a flying car?
Well, maybe HBO included in our plan.
How about a unicorn?
And we want to watch all our favorite shows without paying overages.
Good luck with that.
And we want all of this, plus we want to save $25 on our monthly DirecTV bill.
But you can save me $25?
Well, yeah.
I'm proud of you, son.
Only AT&T offers you unlimited data with HBO included and never pay overages. Visit your local AT&T store and get AT&T Unlimited Plus, our best wireless deal on unlimited data. Plus, save $25 per month on DirecTV. It's entertainment your way.
After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T may slow speeds. Plan includes stream saver and videos will stream in standard definition unless you turn it off. $25 DirecTV savings requires AT&T Unlimited Plus. Credits start within 3 bills. Service prices subject to change. Other usage, speed, fees, charges, and restrictions apply. See att.com/unlimited for details.
Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorsco.com.
Hello, this is Shane Colt from Country Arbors Nursery. Spring is finally here and Country Arbors is open and ready to supply you with all your home and garden needs. We grow hundreds of thousands of annuals and 600 varieties of perennials right here in Urbana. If you're looking for a large shade tree, then you'll want to come out and see our thousands of trees dug and ready to be planted. Country Arbors offers a planting service on all our trees. Buy 3 or more trees and we'll give you 20% discount on the tree and the planting. We guarantee all of our larger trees that we plant for 5 years. And don't forget, we deliver dozens of different mulches and stone. You can find out more information and directions at countryarbors.com. Hey
Hanson's Auto Repair in Urbana is a family-owned and operated full-service garage. For over 40 years, they've offered friendly atmosphere, quality work, and reasonable prices. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, or engine replacement, Hanson's Auto does it all. They're a locally owned dealer who cares, providing fast, comprehensive, and expert service. Family-owned, operated, and trusted since 1966. Hanson's Auto Repair, 1202 East Washington in Urbana. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Visit them online at hansonsautorepair.com.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Never pass up a moment when you have a chance to visit with Benjamin Lena. You're in town doing more baseball. How's that working out so far?
Oh, it's going great, man, and I'm getting more used to it, you know, and at the beginning it was hard, you know, to get used to a microphone when you don't see the cameras and stuff, but Polo does a great job, you know, doing the play-by-play. I just fill in, you know, like if I want to get the fans to understand the play or something like that, but it's going great. I think it's going to be good.
I always ask players who used to play, when they sit up in the booth and they watch the game from that angle and that distance, it's a whole different ball game from sitting upstairs compared to being in the dugout.
I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier. You start asking, like, why the heck did you swing at that pitch? And I'm like, oh, wait, I know why, you know. So it's a lot easier, and then the relievers come in. You forget the fact that he pitched yesterday. You forget the fact that they landed at 3. You forget everything, and it seems so easy from the outside. That's the first thing you got to learn. I got to learn about it. You know, I'm quieter now. You know, I'm taking it easier. I think things through now. So we'll see if I get better.
Well, I know you're going to be a very good broadcaster. I think you're going to be an outstanding manager at some point. When you coached here, just conversations I would have with you and obviously Yachty, your ability to observe is something that is missing sometimes when I see coaches and managers. How much of a passion do you have for managing?
I think I want to so bad. I want to see what I can do with a group of guys, and obviously I'm not saying the St. Louis Cardinals, you know, my thing is, you know, he's going to be here, but I'm saying I wish I could have a group of guys that go battle like these guys and see what I can do. That's all I want. I want to go out there and see if I can get 25 guys together and a coaching staff and everybody together and see if we can win a championship.
Now, you coached before, so you have an idea of the commitment, because this is not your normal job where people show up an hour before the game and you play and then you go home. Coaches get here a whole lot earlier than everybody else, and there's a lot of work that goes into it.
It's so much work, and I didn't even know how much work until I got here. And then Mabry and I got here by 12, started watching videos of everybody, every pitcher, and our guys. Mm-hmm. Plus, we got Carp that works his butt off, and Yachty, they get here early, they get in the cage, and we were here really early. We got to leave really late, so that was the eye-opening for me. I didn't know that was the case.
It's no joke. Hey, let's talk a little bit about how you see the game. You've been out of it for a little bit, but you've coached, so you've seen a couple of different generations of the game. Now, what are some of the common things you like about it, and what are some of the common things that concern you?
Well, the thing about speeding the game up may be a positive, you know, maybe just because you want to keep the fans watching or something. That could be one of the things that could be positive, but the negative is the way they changed the game. The way I'm an old school guy, man. I always told you I like the breaking up a double play without hurting anybody. I like the bounce and the bump to home plate, obviously without hurting anybody either. But the rush back, you know, the brush back and stuff like that, you don't see that anymore without having a warning. I think they took a lot of things away from the game that old school people love to watch. You know, you don't see that anymore. It looks like they're making it easier and easier for these kids to make it. You know, before you had to be a ball player, Now it's a little different.
You were never the last one in a pile when your pitcher had somebody run out to the mound.
No, never. I would never do that. I would never advise any catchers to do that. And I love my friend and my dear friend Buster, man. I love him to death. But what he did, unless he had a good reason, which I don't think there's a good reason for it, even if the pitcher tells you, hey, I'm going to hit this guy, at least go behind the hitter, go creep up behind him, just in case when they start swinging, go in, grab him or grab the other guy, whatever. But don't just stay out there at the plate. And I was very disappointed at that. And, I thought Buster would do a better job in that situation, but obviously he didn't. It doesn't take away from what I think about him. It's just that his teammates and the coaches, they're all gonna look at him different from now on.
What's the biggest ruckus you were ever involved in like that?
I got a few. Spring training.
You couldn't wait for the season to start.
Edgar Martinez, we pitch him in, and then he got hit in the elbow. I got no idea he was gonna go.
Yeah, spring training.
No, I thought, and then I guess he said, if they hit me one more time, I'm going. But hey, he should have told me, man, because I wasn't ready for that one. And then I tried to hold him. Holy crap, how strong man he was, man. He was bouncing around, and I'm like, holy moly. And then Troy Percival hit David Justice and Cleveland. There I ran out there and I tried to grab Troy, and I tried to grab David Justice, and I ended up grabbing Troy, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, no, that was funny, though.
Always good to see you. Keep up the great work on the radio, and for people who want to hear the broadcast in Spanish, they can go online as well. So where can they find it?
Yeah, they can find it on MLB, on the package and stuff, and they can go to cardenales.com, and they can hear it there. That's what my family is doing in Puerto Rico, or wherever they are. They watch the game on TV, turn the volume down a little because they don't understand the English part, and they listen to us.
It's great to have you part of it.
Thanks, bud.
Hi, I'm Matt Carpenter.
And I'm Jed Jerko.
And I'm Jack.
On the field, the power of the baseball can be tremendous, but that doesn't compare to the power of the baseball off the field.
That's right. And every time a home run is hit, it's making a difference in the lives of Cardinal Glennon kids.
Like me. All of the patients love to root on the Cardinals.
So remember, while a baseball can make or break a game, it can also change a life.
We hope you will join our Homers for Health team and help kids like Jack get back in the game.
Make your pledge today at Glennon.org. Presented by Heartland Coca-Cola.
Hey, Cardinal fans, now your lawn can look like a pro mowed it when you cut with the all-new Radius Zero Turn from Exmark. Right now, Radius E-Series mowers are priced as low as $49.99, and for a limited time, you can get a Cardinal Limited Edition full suspension seat upgrade, free with any Radius purchase. That's a home run value of $6.99. Exmark is available at Seavers locations in Hamel, Carlinville, Hillsboro, and Greenfield, Illinois, and the JCB of St. Louis location in St. Peters, Missouri. SeaversEquipment.com.
If you really want to enjoy life celebrations, you need to call Rosati's Pizza for their comfortable catering package for 10 for just $92.35. Rosati's will serve you, along with your friends, families, and coworkers, a delicious lunch or dinner for under $100. Feed them all with Italian beef, pasta salad, and garlic bread. It's all about good food at Rosati's. Having a party, picnic, hosting a celebration? Call Rosati's for their comfortable catering package for 10. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or call 328-2334.
Champagne. You can fly Willard Airport. You can fly Champagne. You can fly. Our airport is your doorway to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings. You got business to do. People who respect you. You can fly Champagne. You can fly Willard Airport.
Tuesdays can't get any respect. Every week, it's like, I can't believe it's only Tuesday. No one ever asks, how was your Tuesday? But now there is something exciting about Tuesday. The Tune-Up Tuesday sale at Chief Bauer Service Experts. Get an extra $10 off our lowest sale price on an AC Precision tune-up. That means you'll get a $120 tune-up for only $59 when you book online today at chiefbauer.com. The Tune-Up Tuesday sale at Chief Bauer Service Experts. Take that, Saturday.
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cigs. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
Michael Wacha against Kenta Maeda tonight, and still some question about the Cardinals roster as Jed Jerko leaves the club to go be with his wife as she is delivering the family's third child. Also, Stephen Piscotty headed back to St. Louis. Let's check in with the manager. He's with Mike Shannon. It's brought to you by Webster University.
Well, your offense wasn't very good yesterday, was it?
Just had trouble putting something together. And after just facing Hill in L.A., he wasn't as sharp in L.A. as he was yesterday. And he gave us free bases. He had a lot of walks. He gave us pitches in the middle of the plate. We took advantage of them. But yesterday he was sharper, and we just had trouble kind of getting on him. He had a big curveball going. He was making the inside part of the strike zone effective with his fastball, and one of those days we couldn't once again get the big hit or stack them on top of each other.
But he's really been a mystery. He'll go out there one day and do what he did that first day in L.A., and then he comes and do what he did to you guys yesterday.
Yeah, and he's kind of come out of nowhere too. I mean, a guy who was even in this organization for a little while, bounced around a lot of different places, and just has kind of found his groove. What he's been able to do is make that pitch with that really slow breaking ball. Guys that are even on it, we saw Yachty square one up, but just got on top, and Jerko did the same thing. I mean, just a little bit more underneath, and those balls both get out of the ballpark. But he's just enough deception in that breaking ball to make that high fastball work. And then we have some chases up out of the zone, above the zone, and he's found what works for him, and that's why he had such a successful year last year. But when he's not on the plate like he was in LA, we're going to give him trouble, which we did, and they didn't make plays behind him in LA either. But yesterday, when you make mistakes, they capitalize on them, whether it's not hitting the cutoff man or throwing the wrong base. Had a little bit of that yesterday, and then mistake on the bases as well, and those things add up, and you play a good team.
Good teams, you're right about that, Mike, because when we look at the teams that we're playing now, I say you make one mistake here or one mistake there, it seems to really hurt you.
Yeah, and you're playing a couple teams here between being in L.A., going to Colorado, and then back here in L.A. Both teams are playing well, and those mistakes will get you. Guys have been playing cleaner defense, so happy overall with the improvement defensively that we've seen. Right now, it's a matter of us just trying to get something going on a consistent basis offensively, and we've got the offensive potential to do it. We just in one of those ruts that we need to figure out a way out of.
But the pitching has been so good for your team and for the opposition. I mean, when you get well-pitched ball games, one little play here or play there decide the entire game.
Yeah, our starting pitching has been just off the charts, how good it's been. I know Michael Wacha wasn't as sharp as he wanted to be last time, so hopefully he makes that adjustment here tonight. But overall, you couldn't ask more from our starters. And typically, that's going to be indicative of what your record's been recently. Our starting pitcher's been way better than our record, mostly because we're just not getting those big hits. We're not being able to put those big rallies together. And, I think, trying to get the top of our lineup going is going to be important. And I know those guys are pressing hard to try and make that happen and force it to happen. Right now, it's just a struggle. And every team goes through that at a certain point, and ours is right now.
Tell me about your lineup tonight.
We've got Fowler leading off, then Pham again. Tom will be playing right field today, and then Carpenter, Molina, Diaz will play short. Johnny Peralta is going to play third base. Paul DeYoung will be back at second, and Jose Martinez will be in left field. Jed Jerko's not in there today, as his wife is having a baby, and almost as we speak. So hopefully everything goes well there for Jed, and we'll see him back soon.
It's the Manager's Chat brought to you by Webster University. We'll get Kyle McClellan's perspective on struggles, even with great starting pitching. Plus, ask him about that fight yesterday. Kyle was tweeting about it after it happened. It is the Ameren pregame show. We're back in a moment. Paul DeYoung to come as well. Chris Raby back with you after this on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Hey Cardinal fans, Ozzie Smith here for Ameren, Illinois. Playing catch and wiffle ball are family traditions, but whether you're in the backyard or in your neighborhood, it's important to avoid electrical equipment. If a ball goes into a substation, leave it alone and call Ameren, Illinois. And always stay clear of the big green transformer boxes and any equipment marked with high voltage signs. A safety reminder from your friends at Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
You're at the ballpark every day, crouching down, catching heat, all but invisible. Your job lacks fame and glory, but offers plenty of distracting aches and pains. That's the life of a bullpen catcher. You can't afford to lose focus. Neither can your team. So be prepared with ACE braces, supports, and elastic bandages. And don't be distracted by pain. ACE brand, proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals.
If you really want to enjoy life's celebrations, you need to call Rosati's Pizza for their comfortable catering package for 10 for just $92.35. Rosati's will serve you, along with your friends, families, and coworkers, a delicious lunch or dinner for under $100. Feed them all with Italian beef, pasta salad, and garlic bread. It's all about good food at Rosati's. Having a party, picnic, hosting a celebration? Call Rosati's for their comfortable catering package for 10. Rosati's Pizza, 701 South Gregory in Urbana, or call 328-2334.
Welcome back to How Well Do You Know Your Meat? Now back to the trivia. The freshest meat comes from your local grocery store. True or false?
True.
No. Contestant number 2.
It's false. The freshest meat in town comes from the U of I Meat Sales Room off of Florida Avenue in Urbana.
Yes, that's correct. You're a winner.
For the freshest cuts of meat in town, visit the U of I Meat Sales Room. Open Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 5:30 and Friday from 8 until 1. Just off Florida on South Maryland in Urbana.
Don't miss the biggest savings ever at Illini Mattress. Now through June 11th, get a luxurious night's sleep and save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 60 months with approved credit. You heard right. That's 5 years with no interest at Illini Mattress. We also provide free delivery, setup, and removal, and a $100 gift with the purchase of the Stearns & Foster sleep system that's perfect for you. The Stearns & Foster biggest savings ever ends June 11th, so hurry in to Illini Mattress.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Check in with former Cardinal Kyle McClellan now. The suspensions come down. Hunter Strickland, Kyle suspended 6 games. Bryce Harper for 4 games yesterday. What did you make of the brawl between the Giants and Nationals? And what did you make of Buster Posey? We just heard Benji Molina say he was surprised at Posey's inaction.
Yeah, I would think a lot of people were surprised. To me, that was the story out of it. You know, you got two guys that really, when Strickland stares down Harper the first time, Harper stares down the second time. Okay, you give and take. And then all of a sudden you want to go and hit a guy, and that's fine. You got to be ready to defend yourself, but my golly, the catcher cannot leave you out like that. He has got to get in front and prevent that. And the fact that he just stood there until it was well on its way really is embarrassing, and I think there's going to be some issues in that clubhouse. And to point out, anytime from now on, anytime there's a Cardinal player, a Cardinal pitcher that hits another player, just watch how Yachty reacts, no matter what. If it's a breaking ball and it's completely not on purpose, Yachty jumps out, and he just makes sure that he's out there in case anybody wants to get a little crazy, and he's there to defend his pitcher. And Buster Posey, I think, lost a lot of respect, not only from his teammates, but from people in the league.
Watch out if Gio Gonzalez accidentally sails one tonight. Cal, Michael Wacha's been so good at home this year over the course of his career. What do you see from Wacha? Is he a different pitcher at home? How do you explain some of the home success compared to the road?
Yeah, I feel like every year there's a couple guys that, it's just hard to figure out. Sometimes it's the team that plays really well at home and not on the road, or vice versa. And it's just really hard to pin it down. Is it the like? Is it the mound they like? Just a comfortable feeling. You don't really know. But overall, I really like what I'm seeing out of Michael Wacha. His fastball has been outstanding. His velocity's been up. His changeup has still been good. Throwing his breaking ball a lot more. So all in all, you like it. You just hope he can put it together a little bit more consistency. And as these innings pile up, that's the thing to watch on him is can he still stay sharp as he has at the beginning part of this season?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Kyle, appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All righty, thank you.
That's the view from former Cardinal Kyle McClellan, current Cardinal Paul DeYoung. But he likes the sound of that. He joins me next on the Cardinals Radio Network.
What's your most important document? The McGrath proposal.
Olivia's adoption papers.
This week, a paid invoice. Documents are who we are and what we do. With intelligent printers and MFPs, customized apps and services, Kyocera Document Solutions helps companies capture, distribute, and manage the many documents that matter. Because if the document is important,
my winning business plan,
the company is important. Learn more at KyoceraDocumentSolutions.com.
For every driver who loves the road, there's now a tire that helps you love it even more. The Mastercraft LSR Grand Touring, designed to deliver the handling, comfort, and all-season performance today's drivers demand. The LSR Grand Touring brings together the best of what Mastercraft has learned in over 100 years of putting quality tires on America's roads. That makes the Mastercraft LSR Grand Touring perfect for today's coupes, sedans, minivans, and other vehicles. Master the road with Mastercraft tires. Visit Tires Plus today.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
It's time to get to Hoopston for your best deal on any Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford vehicle.
Discounts up to $4,500 on Cherokee.
$5,750 on Patriot.
And $2,750 on Chrysler Pacifica.
It's time to buy. It's also Ram commercial truck season. Up to $6,250 off quad and crew cabs. Ford's deals are just as hot. Explorers at $6,800 off. Up to $11,000 off the hottest truck in America, Ford F-150. You can't afford not to buy at these prices. Make the trip to the intersection of routes 1 and 9 in Hoopston for your best deal.
At Body and Soul, they take pride in giving you the perfect fit for your athletic shoes. Their team of experts will help you in selecting the style that fits your purpose and your feet. Body and Soul has offered the best prices and best quality for more than 30 years. And they aren't just shoes. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, or biking, or whether it's for you or the whole team, visit Mike or Jed and their experienced staff at Body and Soul, Route 45 Savoy. Call 356-8926 or visit soulsports.com.
Bunny's Tavern is your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Nothing beats watching baseball over an ice-cold beer, so enjoy $13.50 mix-and-match domestic buckets and $6 PBR pitchers 7 days a week. You'll catch every minute of Cubs action on Bunny's 10 big-screen TVs, whether you're inside or enjoying the largest heated patio in Urbana. So come check out what people in Champaign-Urbana have been whispering about for over 75 years. Bunny's Tavern in downtown Urbana, your home for the 2017 Chicago Cubs.
What a first couple of days it's been in the big leagues for Paul DeYoung back in the lineup again tonight. What was the first thing you thought about when you walked out onto this field? Was it looking up?
Yeah, it's definitely the height of the stadium. And just seeing, looking across and seeing a fan way up there, almost seems like it's in the building across the street. But, just the size of the stadium and the buzz.
I know your parents have been at the first couple of games, first on the road and now here. What's it been like to share this with them, Paul?
Well, they've been with me my whole life, and they've supported me every step of the way with baseball. So really it's been a team effort, and to have them here with me, it just means everything.
Are you paying for dinner now, or are they still picking it up?
I paid for dinner last night just because I felt like I owe them a little bit. But from moving forward, I just can't wait to share more experiences with them and just enjoy the big league lifestyle.
You've obviously had a lot of success in the first couple of games. Throughout this organization, since you've been a part of it over the last 2 years, how would you describe the depth and the talent on the teams that you've played with, especially Springfield, the group you sent to the Fall League, and then Memphis this year?
Yeah, we all compete with each other, make each other better, and I saw that especially this year in Memphis. We're all trying to talk in the dugout, make each other better hitters, play the game the right way, because we all know that we're knocking on the door, and it could be any one of us at this point. So really, it's just a testament to the organization and how we compete top to bottom.
I don't know if you ever put expectations in terms of what your path will be through an organization, but coming out of school and being picked just a couple of years ago, what do you think it was that you were so ready to advance quickly? Do you think it was something about the way the organization handles things? Do you think it was your preparation at Illinois State? What's worked for you over the last 2 years and allowed you to make this jump?
I think it's just coming to the park every day with the same approach, the same consistency, not getting too high, too low. This game can wear on you, especially day in, day out. But for me, it's just about coming to the park fresh every day and ready to compete, because today's a new day, just like yesterday's home runs don't count today. So really, I think it's just my level-headed approach to the game that's allowed me to advance quickly.
Fresh is an interesting word, because after playing college seasons and playing in the summer, all of a sudden you go to Double-A and then go straight to the Fall League. You don't really have a break. What was the rigors of that like, and how did that grind help you?
I think it was just, keeping that vision in the back of your head of where you could end up, and understanding that each part of the piece of the puzzle and the process will get you to where you want to go. And I just treated, any game I could be out there playing as an opportunity to get better and to keep developing, because really it's the same game in between the lines. It's a little more advanced, and the more games you play, the better you get.
And that league allowing you to play some different positions, because you worked a lot at short in the Fall League, right?
Primarily, yeah. I played every other day at shortstop, and that's where I really got into a groove, and a lot of shortstop in Memphis as well. So really, I feel pretty comfortable at each of the positions on the infield, experience-wise.
It's the same thing with Bader, too, right? He was able to play some corner outfield, and just that league is so cool, especially when you guys send the group that you sent, your whole group, both offensively and the pitching that you sent there, had tremendous success.
Yeah, we have a great group. That's just another testament to the organization, the amount of talent and good players we have, and guys that really just want to compete. We approach the Fall League as a group to get better and to win. If you approach the game like that every day, I think you're going to have some success.
Who were some of the guys that you looked up to growing up?
Growing up, my favorite player was Chipper Jones. That's why I wore number 10. Tony La Russa, he's a big name here too. But just guys like Derek Jeter who come to the park every day, just kind of the same level-headed approach. Those are the guys that I like watching, and it's crazy to think that I could be sharing the field with some of these guys I've been watching, guys that have been around. So it's really just an amazing experience being out there on the field right now.
You having fun right now?
Absolutely. This is the best thing I've done in baseball.
Well, Paul, congratulations to you, to the family, and look forward to seeing a lot more of you in St. Louis. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
We're going to go ahead and give Paul DeYoung, our UMB player, to bank on. Why not? What a start, a home run, a double. We'll see what he comes up with today. We're back to get ready for the Cardinals and Dodgers. Waka and Maeda next on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Hey Cardinal fans, there's another MVP in our community. Rankin Jordan Pediatric Bridge Hospital in St. Louis. Rankin Jordan transitions kids with complex illnesses and injuries from acute care to home. They not only work with the child, but also the families to make the return home possible. Rankin Jordan is the only pediatric bridge hospital in the country using care beyond the bedside to get kids out of their beds and back to living. To learn more about Rankin Jordan, their inpatient and outpatient programs, or to find out how you can give, visit rankinjordan.org.
Grandpa, what's a sacrifice fly?
Well, it's when a batter hits a fly ball to drive in a run. He gives himself up.
He gives himself up for his friend?
Well, yes.
Grandpa?
Yeah?
I want to be a Cardinal when I grow up.
The minute your grandson became a Cardinals fan. Marriott St. Louis Grand. Best place to take in the boys of summer. Book this minute at MarriottStLouisGrand.com to get great deals on tickets and to be steps away from Busch Stadium. Let's play ball.
The ribeye has the best, the greatest steak in town.
If you're looking for Champaign-Urbana's great steak place, it's the Ribeye Restaurant. Still with their famous salad bar and their delicious seasoned fried shrimp and delicious grilled chicken entrees. The Ribeye Restaurant, 1701 South Neal Street in Champaign. For reservations, call 351-9115.
The ribeye is the best. We're the one, the great one steak place. You can fly Champaign, you can fly Willard Airport, you can fly Champaign, you can fly our airport is your doorway to the sky. So pack your things, spread your wings, you got business
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cigs. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
There's a time for work, there's a time for play. There's a time to do things you don't do every day. There's a place to go for tools and machines and people with knowledge about these things. We've been here since 53 to meet your rental needs. When the time comes, we're the place for everything. Rental City.
You know, we mentioned how good Michael Wacha has been at home this year as he's posted a 2-0 record over 30 2/3 innings, giving up just 8 earned runs. That's a 2.35 ERA. Kenta Maeda has struggled away from Los Angeles. In 15 innings, that's over 3 starts, the Dodgers right-hander has surrendered 11 earned runs. And keep an eye on this. He's given up 5 home runs in 15 innings on the road this year. Opponents hitting .288 when Maeda takes his talents out of Los Angeles. Keep an eye on that tonight and see if the Cardinals offense can get jump-started against the Dodgers. Baseball's coming up next. The Cardinals and Dodgers. Redbirds trying to get back above 500 with Michael Wacha on the mound. We'll talk to you after the game. Mike and John have the first pitch for you next. This has been the Ameren pregame show on the Cardinals Radio Network.
You buy Community Credit Union for campus and community.
Bring into double points now through the end of May with the Illini Visa Rewards Card and the U of I Community Credit Union. Double points are waiting for you. Now through the end of May, use your Illini Visa Rewards Card on purchases for lawn and garden, sporting goods, nurseries, and home improvement stores and score double points. Plus, you can earn an extra 1,000 bonus points when you use your Illini Visa for 20 or more transactions each month. Use those points to purchase once-in-a-lifetime trips and experiences. Not a member yet? Visit IlliniCard.org today.
It's all about the best beef, the best pork, and of course,
the sausages.
At the U of I Meat Sales Room. If Coach Ditka lived in CU, I'm sure he'd buy his meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room. The beef is great, the pork is great, but
the sausages
are delicious. Smoked sausage, Italian sausage, Polish sausage, and even brats. It's all fresh, locally produced, and locally grown. Visit the U of I Meat Sales Room near the corner of Lincoln and Florida in Urbana.
Sausages.
Vapors e-cigs thinks it's time for you to take a permanent vacation from smoking. Take a permanent vacation away from cigarettes today. You'll smell better, you'll breathe better, and you'll feel better. Plus, you'll have more money than ever when you choose Vapors e-cigs. Come in today and taste the difference with a premium electronic vape. You can get started for less than a carton of cigarettes. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Vapors e-cigs today. Find them at Champaign across the street from Marketplace Mall at 2 West Main Street in Danville. And follow them on Facebook for great deal offers and giveaways.
This bud's for you. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Snooks Delivered. Order groceries online with snooksdelivers.com. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. By Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com for your auto, home, life, and renter's insurance needs. We're your shield, we're your shelter. By Explore St. Louis. Learn more about all the great things to do in St. Louis by visiting exploreStLouis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Central Missouri's beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Voted the best recreational lake in the nation. Plan your vacation at funlake.com. By weekends only, Furniture and Mattress, a proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by Chick-fil-A, get a free chicken sandwich from 11 to 7 every Thursday. The Cardinals play at home when you sport your Cardinals gear at participating Chick-fil-A St. Louis locations. Now, St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
Please remain standing and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. It's performed today by the Nashville Community High School Band under the direction of Steve Brown.
Busch Stadium in downtown St. Louis. Welcome to Cardinals baseball with God Bless America and the playing of our national anthem. We welcome you to the second game of a 4-game series between the Cardinals and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Along with Mike Shannon, I'm John Rooney. Jim Jackson is our producer-engineer. And congratulations to Fran and Jim Jackson on their 30th wedding anniversary. They're celebrating today. Working with us in the studio in St. Louis, it's Mike Anderson. Chris Raby hosted the pregame show. He'll have the postgame show that will feature Mike Claiborne, star of the game interview. And our in-booth assistant this season at Busch Stadium is Jacob Kreutz. Let's go over tonight's pitching matchup, brought to you by Missouri Farmers Care. Join the conversation on how today's food is grown and raised at MissouriFarmersCare.com. It's a rematch of last Thursday's game in Los Angeles, where the Cardinals had a 3-0 lead, but Michael Wacha ran into a rare stumble in his pitching performance as he gave up 6 runs, 7 hits over 4 innings. He walked 2, struck out 5, allowed a home run, 100 pitches in 4+ innings as he lost to the Dodgers, dropping his record to 2-2. Wacha will be opposed by Kenta Maeda, who went the required 5 innings with the lead to be eligible for a win. He became 2-0 lifetime against the Cardinals as Maeda went 5 innings with 7 hits, 3 earned runs. He walked 2, struck out 4, hit a batter, threw a wild pitch, and threw 78 pitches. Maeda comes in with a 4-2 record, a 5.08 ERA. It's his 9th game and start. Michael Wacha is 2-2 with a 3.66 ERA, also his 9th game and start. The Cardinals find themselves 1-3 against the Dodgers, losing yesterday's game to Rich Hill as the Dodgers won 5-1. Chase Utley hit a home run in a 2-run third inning. It was Cody Bellinger hitting a long home run to right field on a 3-0 pitch in the 4th. The Cardinals scored their run in the 4th inning on a sacrifice fly from Jed Jerko, but then the Dodgers